DIY.
I said,
It's all happening. It's all happening.
It's all happening. Somebody got to tell the truth, and I want to tell that the festivities are here. And of course, I'm joined here by a special guest, Justin, the company man. How you doing, sir?
Active and awesome, man. Ready for some coke raps. I'm ready for all the cocaine, all the discernment. I want all of it.
I saw a meme that had what is it? A Leonardo DiCaprio struggling to get out the car in Wolf of Wall Street. This is what I want to feel like halfway through the album. I said, what are we doing? But either way, man, I'm I had to do this again with you, especially since the last time we did this was for the GNX album, and your friend Curtis wasn't in the best of spirits. But I mean, I'm good now. My energy's good. This is a good time.
Fresh again.
Refresh. I mean, this rollout has been a hell of a thing to keep up with. How have you been doing it?
In one brick at a time. One brick at a time. That's how I've been doing it. One brick at a time.
I have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it. There it is.
You know what I mean? I mean, it's really dope to see, though. You know what I mean? And like, one of the things that I appreciated about it is it seemed like it happened really fast. Like, I know that they've been pushing this for maybe a month, right? 5 weeks or so. But if you factor in the label switch, the new situation, you factor in distributing the album, all the setup that usually goes into it, it's not easy to switch labels. That's why that's like, if you think about Kendrick, he went from Top Dog Interscope to just Interscope because back catalog is over there. And synergies are over there. All that stuff is more complicated than Clipse making it look because this rollout has been efficient. They've been everywhere and they've been staying on message.
Man, they've been staying on message. They stay consistent. Even the fact that, they're taking the step of not going to the streamer platforms just because they have a lot of people. They're going straight to the journalists. So you're even seeing, them setting an example for artists, especially artists that are late 40s, early 50s. I think Malice is 52, if I'm not mistaken. And then Pusha T is 48.
Wow.
Yeah, like for artists that are in that area, it seems like those are the conversations that they should have been having, because at least those are the people who are going to understand you on a level and give the music the integrity it deserves, and not ask you, who you're dating and the rumors that are floating on Twitter about you or whatnot.
Yeah, and you're also tapping into what's most likely their core audience.
Facts.
You have to be of a certain age to remember Lord willing, to know about the We Got It for Cheap mixtapes.
Yeah.
Hell Have No Fury is what, 14 years ago?
Sheesh.
You know what I mean? So it's like you're really tapping into the people that who came up, who know what Clipse is about.
Right.
And so their approach to me was right on brand for who they are. I can't imagine seeing Malice, particularly Malice, sitting up there with like Kai Cenat. You know what I mean? No disrespect to Kai, but Kai don't know who Wale is. If Kai don't know Wale, I don't know. You know what I mean?
I can see them quickly getting irritated and saying, you know what, I think we need to go ahead and bounce, especially if we're talking about not having an understanding about why so many of us revere a group like this, why so many of us hold them in such a high light. Because we know, even though we're joking about it, it goes beyond the coke raps. It's dynamic storytelling. It is elite lyricism, the chemistry that you see between the two. And mind you, I'm buying some time because I see there's two songs that are missing on Apple Music. I'm trying to get them some time to figure that out. And if not, I got the digital download coming soon too. But what do you kind of go into an album like this? Like, what is the mindset that you prepare yourself for before you jump into a project listening to something like this?
Cocaine. No, I look at it as more so. I like to see how people talk about things, and this is more than just Clipse, right? Because Rascas has an album coming out. He's got EP and an album coming out that I'm not sure when it's dropping, but it's the only thing I've been listening to. And for example, it is classic, quintessential rap music. It is scratches and samples and beats and rhymes and a bunch of golden era titans talking about all aspects of life, right? But his skill set is still sharp. The metaphors are still sharp, and it puts me in that zone, right? And so with Clipse, they are so great at putting together bodies of work. Like Lord Willin' is an experience. Hell Have No Fury is an experience, right? And they're always very, very, they say a lot without a whole lot of tracks. And it's really the cohesiveness and the thread and what how do they say this? What's the saying? It's like the pieces aren't as great as the whole. Like Ace Trumpets is incredible. I've been listening to that since it dropped. You know what I mean? So Be It is so dope, right? And now we got Chains and Whips. All great songs on their own. But when you hear them in the Clipse order, a Clipse album order, elevates the whole thing.
Pharrell, fully produced by Pharrell too. That I think that's probably the direction I've been looking at it from too. Is that's what separated them from the first time my ears heard of the Clipse was, yo, these raps definitely kind of give me like Cooley vibes. They, you know what I'm saying? Like they definitely give me some ideas. I think about Philly Most Wanted at the time. I was thinking about there's definitely folks I can point to a particular branch of the tree, but the production to me has always been like they were a decade ahead of everybody else. And look at how well it's aged. So when I'm looking at this now, I'm like, we weren't crazy for being as excited as we were about these sounds back then, because look at how futuristic they even sound 16 years later. That's insane.
You know, who said this the other day that I was thinking about this? I don't even think it was the other day. It was when it's almost dry. When it's almost dry, because that to me, that's my favorite Pusha T project. It's Almost Dry. It came out a few years ago. But Pharrell makes beats that sounds like you're selling drugs. It sounds like you're really, you really in the bottom of the barrel scraping out the bass, the basse. You know what I mean? Like his production sounds like that.
Yeah,
with them. You know what I mean? Like that's what made the grinded beat sound like you're really grinding.
Yeah, like that beat could have been no other concept. I don't want to hear somebody on that song talking about love. Don't you tell me about your introspective thoughts about what. Give me that song over there, because that beat sounds like work.
I don't want to hear nobody. I don't hear nobody going on no dates. I don't want to hear no rain. Nobody making rain. I need to hear you cooking up that work. That's what it sounds like. You know what I mean? I mean, like if you listen to Keys Open Doors, okay.
Oh, keys open doors, keys open. Yeah.
That sounds like the police might come inside.
It sounds
like sounds like you might be under investigation when you listen to that. You might get hit with the RICO.
Right.
And so that's part of the whole experience.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Apple Music is tripping out. We waiting on one more song. We get ready to go. Listen to it. But I'm sorry. Apple Music. What's up with Mike Tyson blow to the face? We need that song and we're good to go.
It says Mike Tyson blow to see. That's the song title. Blow to the face. We all know that picture of Mike Tyson. We know that picture. Red-eyed, frosty nose Mike Tyson.
Frosty nose is amazing.
That's a great title. I mean, I'll tell you one thing I can't wait to hear. I can't wait to hear Stove God Cooks on this project. I've been eyeing F.I.C.O. I think it's F.I.C.O. He's the one I've been eyeing F.I.C.O. since I saw the track list. Stove God Cooks is what I promise. I think Stove God Cooks has got his ceiling. He hasn't even got close to where his ceiling is yet. That man is a hook monster, and he fits perfectly in terms of blow to the face type music. You know what I'm saying? like I listen to Reasonable Drought. You know what I'm saying? I cannot wait to hear what Stove God Cooks sound like with Pusha T. Because I know Malice, because the thing I like about Malice, right? Because Malice is actually my favorite one. Not to say that I'm not comparing who's a better rapper, who's not. But when I listen to Clipse albums, I'm getting all of the extravagant drug dealing from Push. But Malice to me is the one that brings the consequence to the decision making. So that's what makes it well-rounded, right? It's not like they just skiing just to be skiing and snowboarding in June and July, right? When Malice is there, it adds another level of consequence to the decision making, which makes it for me more than just a than just splashing in cocaine.
It definitely goes beyond where a lot of folks go in just terms of glamorizing it and finding different ways to color it. There's the consequences that are aligned with it. Good news. We got the full songs. Let's go. We got the full songs. We can get to this listening.
Now, one more thing I'm be looking for.
Please.
I'm going to be personally counting the number of profane words that Malice uses. We're 3 songs into this project. I haven't heard profanity from Malice yet.
You think something's coming from him?
I wonder if he gets a damn, like a goddamn might be in there. Who knows, right? I'm just very curious.
Damn's in the Bible, Justin. I don't count. Damn's in the Bible.
I mean, we haven't even got a damn yet. We got H trumpets with no damn. You know what I mean? I like stuff like that. I like it when you can show how dope you are when using your full vocabulary without having to take shortcuts.
He gonna show a lot of people what's possible. He gonna show a lot of people. Okay, here we are. Here we are. Here we are. Here we are.
I'll have me crack this open right now.
Come on, you got that? I got my water. Starting off, the Birds Don't Sing. Clipse, John Legend, Voices of Fire, Pusha T. Malice. Let's go.
Lost in emotion, mama's youngest. Trying to navigate life without my compass. Some experience death and feel numbness, but not me. I felt it all and couldn't function. Seeing you that day, telling you my plans, but I was leaving you that day. It was in God's hands. Yeah, it was at Elon's waiting to get with me. On my way to Texas, that's when Virginia hit me. And I realized in that instant, our last conversation, you was against it. Told you I was going to Turks for Thanksgiving. I heard what I wanted to hear, but didn't listen. You said you told Jean that Buck needed forgiveness. I see you went to Didi's and stuffed both her fridges. You even told Dad you wished y'all never split it. See, you were checking boxes, I was checking my mentions. Saying you was tired but not ready to go. Basically was dying without letting me know. I love you, Med-Naj. Hate that he won't remember you. 2 things that break my heart is what November's do. And T follows you. Now mind you, Didi calls you. Jean finds you. Was that your vision? Precision. While I'm reminiscing, it all hits different, Mom. Listen.
The birds don't sing, the birds don't sing, they screech and play. The birds don't sing, the birds don't sing, they screech and play. Oh, they screech and play. The birds don't sing, the birds don't sing, they screech and play.
Your car was in the driveway, I knew you were home. By the 3rd knock, a chill ran through my bones. The way you missed mama, I guess I should've known. Chivalry ain't dead, you ain't let her go alone. Found you in the kitchen, scriptures in the den. Half-written text that you never got to send. Combing through your dresser drawer, where do I begin? Posted noted Bible quotes, were you preparing then? I can hear your voice now, I can feel your presence. Asking should I rap again? You gave me your blessing. The way you spelled it out, there's an L in every lesson. Boy, you owe it to the world, let your mess become your message. Shared you with my friends, the pops they never had. You lived for our fishing trips, damn I had a dad. Mine taught discipline, mine taught structure. Mine didn't mind when he had to pull a double. Mine worked overtime, smiled through the struggle. Cause mine wouldn't let us feel what he had to suffer. See, mine made sure he had every base covered. So imagine his pain finding bass in the cupboard. Birds don't sing if the words don't sting. Your last few words in my ears still ring. You told me that you loved me, it was all in your tone. I love my 2 sons with the code to your phone. Now you home.
Oh, the birds don't sing, really don't. The birds don't sing, they screech and play. Don't the truth different way when they do it.
Yeah.
The birds don't sing, no they don't. The birds don't sing, they screech and play. They don't sing, they just screech and play. It's a cycle, they do that shit over and over again. The birds don't sing, the birds don't sing, they screech and play. The birds they screech and play. Oh, the birds don't sing, the birds don't sing, they screech and play. You'll never come back again, no. Remember those who lost their mothers and fathers. And make sure that every single moment that you have with them, you show them love. You show them love. You'll see.
Whew.
Man, I feel bad for all my Coke expectations right now, man.
What?
That shit came in beautiful.
Wow. 4-minute intro too.
Yeah.
You know how rare a 4-minute intro just by the numbers are. But man, what's your first impression here in the intro? That was the intro, by the way, ladies and gentlemen.
I love you, Mom. I miss you every day. That's my first thought. And I think it's a real powerful way to start. You know, I mean, truthfully, these are the type of songs that people usually put at the end of their album.
Yeah.
You know, they usually they're like, okay, this is how rich I am. This is how paid I am. This is how many of your girlfriends I'm smacking belly with. This is who I don't like. This is who backdoored me. And by the way, I love my mom.
Yeah,
you know
the first song is usually like they thought the Clipse was down for what they would expect. We thought the Clipse was down for the count 16 years and we back. And he's like, no, this is as serious as this song sounds. You know what comes to mind? Did you catch the interview that Elliott Wilson had with him recently?
I did.
You see that moment when Elliott Wilson, kind of brought up his business relationship with Ye, and he corrected him and he said, no, we both did good business. He said, I for sure did good business for him as well. He wanted to be clear. That level of intensity that you saw in his eyes that we highlighted here, that's what this music feels like. It feels like from I'm not wasting a bar, nor a story, nor a verse. Me being back with my brother is a very serious deal. And, we came back to make sure that the rest of the world knows that.
Yeah, and I think that was successful. I think because you look, even you just set this conversation off asking what the expectation for a Clipse album is, and they've already landed way past what first comes to most people's minds. And Pusha T's been talking about how people think I talk about coke rap, but it's really discernment, right? Mm-hmm. And I agree with that. It's discernment layered in coke rap, right? And and this one right here is just a universal song that everybody can relate to. Even if you still have your parents, if you're blessed enough to still have your parents, you still can understand what that love is and how unique the relationship it is between a person and their parents, a person and their mom, a person and their dad. And I know that had to be crazy for them making this song, hearing each other describe it from their point of view.
Yeah, just to hear that verse from you start with this concept and you say, all right, I want you to dedicate this. I want you to dedicate this to moms. And then you do the verse about pops, and then you hear it back and know how real those emotions are. That's intensity at its best. Man, what a way to start it. And
then also I want to point out that John Legend's on the song.
John Legend.
And so with all of his criticism for Ye, I think both him and, John Legend meet.
Leave it to you. Leave it to you to find out. I didn't even think about that till right.
Ye sitting somewhere, screaming about Hitler with all of his old collaborators.
Why is everybody always picking on me? Yeah. It is. Well, it's interesting because we go from this very emotional opening to the next song being Chains and Whips. They're not playing at all.
Right. Okay, now that we got that out the way, here's who I don't like.
I didn't come to play with y'all at all. Oh my. Let's get to it. Chains and Whips featuring Kendrick Lamar.
Nigga, you must be sick. All you talk about is just get rich. Choke my neck, nigga, and ice my bitch. Beat the system with chains and whips.
Love that line.
Appropriate.
You You run from the spirit of repossession. Too much enamel covers your necklace.
Yeah.
I buy bitches, you buy them sections. You buy watches, I buy collections. Misery's fueling your aggression. Jealousy's turned into obsession.
Love that.
Reality TV is mud wrestling. Some sign checks I know better than.
True.
Beware of my name that there's delicate. You know I know where you're delicate. Crush you to pieces, I hum a breath of it. I will close your heaven for the hell of it. You think it be valor amongst veterans? I'm watching your fame escape relevance. We all in a room, but he's the elephant. You chasing a feature out of your element. And those lab diamonds under inspection. The question marks block your blessings. There's no tombstones in the desert. I know by now you get the message. Uncle said, nigga, you must be sick. All you talk about is just get rich. Choke my neck, nigga, and ice my bitch. Beat the system with chains and whips. It don't take much to put two and two. Your lucky streak is now losing you.
Yeah.
Money's dried up like a cuticle. You're gasping for air now, it's beautiful. John 10:10, that's my usual. Mamas is falling out in funerals. And bombing blows, they now viewing you. They never find the guns, but the sewers do. Bubbles was sick, he need medicine. Brought him back to life, now we're dead again. Richard don't make watches for presidents. Just a million trapped between skeletons. This the darkest that I ever been. The diamonds make you taste peppermint. You ain't driving the snow like it's the Revenant. And send orders back down to keep shoveling. Uncle said, nigga, you must be sick.
Hey, come on.
Talk about is just get rich. Choke my neck, nigga, and ice my bitch. Beat the system with chains and whips.
You know, but get calling. You look side to side, like what did they say? And they ignore his voice, and then you realize.
Come on, Pharrell.
I'm not the candidate to vibe with. I don't fuck with the kumbaya shit. All that talent must be God sent. I send your ass back to the cosmics. The things I seen under my eyelids. Kaleidoscope dreams, murder and sirens. Let's be clear, hip-hop died again. Half of my profits may go to Rakim. How many Judases that let me down? But fuck it, the West Minds, we right now. Therapy showed me how to open up. It also showed me how I don't give a fuck. The two-time Gemini with the genocide. I'm generous, however you want it. I'll be the gentle kind. Gentlemen and gangsters connect. The agenda of mine. Move niggas up out of here. This shit get gentrified. Heavy jeans like Genevieve's. I drop your Pentagon and show up at your gender reveal. And tell them, give me mine. I son niggas, I am the general. Where my gin and juice? Every song in the book of Genesis. Let the sonics boom. Niggas want the tea on me. Well, here's the ginger root. I generate residuals, bitch. Get off my genitals. They say I couldn't reach Gen Z. You fucking dickheads. You must be full of that ginseng. Here comes the jinx, yeah. They genetics been synthetic, screaming they genius. A finger wave, they all fall. Niggas is Jenga. God gave me light. A good year full of free will. Trunk card, tell me not to spare your life. Fuck.
You know, but get calling. You look side to side, like what did they say? And they ignore his voice, and then
It's all happening. It's all happening.
Hey, yo.
I couldn't
Hey,
help
yo.
myself.
Hey,
It's getting- I'm hot. I'm hot in this bug. My AC ain't ACing enough right now for all this heat coming out of all this snow.
It could be that fire behind you too, but I wasn't going to.
Maybe it's subliminal. Maybe it's this how hot the album is. This is how hot the album is. So far,
Okay.
anyway.
Am I the okay? Tell me if you getting the same impression after hearing a snippet of this and seeing it, like almost like we were at the event, right? From that point of view of the camera, whoever's cell phone that was. It kind of feels like I'm playing this out loud and I'm showing my homie like, oh yeah, you got to hear this. You didn't hear this. I haven't even heard it. And I'm acting like I had an end to this. It's almost like they gave us an opportunity to be a fly on the wall for a session, even though we haven't seen not one session. I love the fact that this got leaked the way that it did. It feels a whole lot more intentional now that I'm listening to it.
They didn't want to give away the last line. None of the clips I saw give away the last line of that verse.
True.
None of the clips do.
Huh.
And, I personally think there's something to that. I can't remember a verse from a song that's not even out yet that had this much narrative, backstory, legal settlements,
Yeah.
label switching. I just on a case study basis, I can't think of the last time there's been this much anticipation around a story. And then for a verse, where a label didn't want the #1 artist in the world. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't get it. But you know what I'm saying? But it all comes together really well at the same time. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I think this was the perfect continuation to nostalgia.
Man, shout out to DJ Head making his way in the building. Shout out to DJ Head one time. All right, next. Coast Guard. Next, we look, they still not playing. They like, let's get these features on out the way. Let's bring Tyler the Creator up next.
I'm so curious. I'm curious about this. I'm curious about this one.
What kind of WrestleMania shit's going on here? Oh, shout out to you, DJ Head. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate
it's all happening. Word up.
We got a lot of super chats. I don't mean to not highlight everybody else's, but you know what I mean? Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. Whoa. All right, so you know how confident in your album you got to be to put somebody is like a Kendrick that obviously is the biggest name in this genre and really in music in general right now, to say track 2, we still got more in store for you. Okay, we got what is it? Tyler the Creator here for this song called P.O.V. Let me go ahead and get the title right.
I mean, look at this, right? We got Kendrick on track 2, and now we got Tyler on track 3. The West Coast love right up front. Right up front. Love this.
I love it. All right, I'm curious to see what this production sound like. All right, let's get to this. Let me get this up here on the screen.
Merry Clipsmas. I love that. Merry Clipsmas. It's snowing.
Here we go.
P.O.V. kilos in my mind. Back take Amtrak down south, then she flies back. Yeah. My connect has ponytails tied back. I just hit 6 mil behind Tyvek. They content create, I despise that. I create content, then they tries that. Run these Jews, there's rules I don't buy back. I've topped all these lists, where's my prize? All I see is 60-day stars and 20-year thousandaires. Not enough shopping, whole lot of browsing theirs. My reinvention, I know you thinking how's it fair? You stream kings, but you never fit a crowd in there. Supreme team parallels when the powder clears. I seen things that I'm still not even proud to share. You Zeus Network niggas, you hear me loud and clear. Get these 5,500 to hosting niggas out of here. Sand color Rolls Royce be like Sally's here. The only Audi here is driven by my owl pair. Ghost face with the wrist, bird falconer. Willie Falcone trunk full of talcum here. Shotgun with your ex feels like Malcolm's near. Send a hit through a text, ain't no shouting here. Bypass MIA, too much crowd in there. I spent summers with connects, love that mountain air.
Hey, come on, man.
It's all happening.
Kilos in my mind. Back take Amtrak down south, then she flies back. My connect has ponytails tied back. I just hit 6 mil behind Tyvek. They content create, I despise that. I create content, then they tries that. Run these Jews, there's rules I don't buy back. I've topped all these lists, where's my prize at?
Call me Mr. Brella, how I weather the storm. At 43 milli, I peel off like an orange. I got deaf and blind bitches trying to see what it do. Little feature niggas threaten to sue. Tell your lawyer to set the fee. LaFerrari doors open up like it's therapy. That number ain't great to me. That million is crumbs. You niggas is bums. I'm not a tough guy. I'm a fly boy. Them beats get you stung. Oh, nah. Yeah, they will bust for me. Tricky niggas puzzle me. I could never buy a bitch a Birkin cause she fucking me. I got homes I ain't sleep in. The options my nigga push. Keep dirty white moving like mosh pits. They watching. I'm like white bitches the way I pop shit. I need God to play the lead in my biopic. The curse of the Z-Rolls, where you become the devil or the tap dancing Negro. I came to terms that I'ma probably outgrow my hero. Come get with me.
P.O.V.
You're not pause it for a second. My man says he need God to play him in his biopic. You know how hard that line, you know how hard, like anybody in the history of hip hop could have said that line.
Yeah.
You know how much imagination? There's been God before hip hop. There's been biopics since hip hop. That is so crazy from Tyler the Creator. Oh my God.
He said my nigga push. He said my nigga push keep dirty white moving like mosh pits.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Dirty white moving like mosh pits. They watching. I'm like
to...
white. I'm like white bitches the way I pop shit. I need God to play the lead in my biopic.
That is crazy. I just want to go on record and say that I added Tyler to the big three last year just so you guys.
You did, and you know what? Look, 2 second pause.
That is great. Appreciate that.
You did do that. You were like,
oh God,
you want to say the name, but I'm gonna put Tyler up there. He's right. He is. Oh,
right there, dog.
You know
this is crazy.
In that interview that this is the last thing I'll say. The interview that they just had, the Clipse had with E.B.I.T.D.A, he was like, nah, like Tyler's one of the biggest Clipse fans you're gonna find. I think he has like a branded name for it, but he sounded like he was getting in his Clipse. He said, yeah, they will bust for me. You tricky niggas puzzle me. I'm like, that feels so much like Push and Malice in that.
Oh my gosh.
We're not done yet. We didn't even got to Malice verse yet.
I think this album done broke my AC. We 3 songs in, my AC broken here now.
Your AC listening in.
Down south, then she flies back. My connect has ponytails tied back. I just hit 6 mil behind tie back. They content create, I despise that. I create content, then they tries that. Run these Jews, there's rules I don't buy back. I've topped all these lists, where's my prize at?
If they had the way the operation, call it obese. I mix it like my homes, then I tell them go deep.
Yeah.
The rag top drop, playing hide and go seek. The Bentley leather match the pipe and that's the motif. Just to think I built a rap career off in OZ. I'm watching new niggas rap just to OD. If I didn't give you both sides, I wouldn't be me. I was the only one to walk away and really be free. As far as I'm concerned, I do really be he. I can open up my closet with the skeleton key. If I lied to myself, I could sell it to me. I done sung along with rappers I never believed. Came back for the money, that's the devil in me. Had to hide it from the church, that's the Jekyll in me. I never thought twice what the pressure would be, cause niggas' chains look just like oppression to me.
P.O.V. kilos in my.
Hold the hell. Is that 3? Is that 3?
That's when he went back to the original one. This verse.
God.
I'm gonna start from right here. He said, just to think I built a rap career off of an OZ. I'm watching new niggas rap just to OD.
Right. That's the line that got me.
If I didn't give you both sides, I wouldn't be me. I was the only one to walk away and really be free. As far as I'm concerned, I do really be he. I can open up my closet with the skeleton key.
Oh,
what?
Gosh.
Hold on. If I lie to myself, I can sell it to me. He said, I didn't sung along with rappers I never believed. Came back for the money. That's the devil in me. Had to hide it from the church. That's the Jekyll in me. What?
Oh my gosh. Malice is crazy now.
Malice,
no Malice? Does he know Malice? Malice? Both of them. Crazy.
I think the fact that he hasn't clarified it lets us know he's both.
that part right there, though, he says, I'm watching new niggas rap just OD, though. You know what I mean? We have a whole lost generation.
Yeah. How do you not make commentary when you're known for making a certain type of brand of music for a certain type of street dude? Now, at this age, how do you see the perspective that you know that at some point your music has been the soundtrack for D-boys out here? And it's like now even the imagery in the hip hop has shifted to where it's not the dealers that you're seeing be on these music videos. It's the folks that are being dealt to, the fiends who have become the new rock stars and the new, main focus in the music. That's a crazy perspective, but he's like, I can't detach myself from it because I'm partly to blame if I still play this game.
If I lie to myself, I can sell it to me. Oh God. These are grown man bars right here. This is what a think piece project sounds like, by the way.
What do you mean?
The number of different tangents or breakdowns or macro conversations that they've had already. Loss of parents. Mm-hmm. We're over here. We've been doing this with the Kendrick verse. Is he rapping from what perspective? What does this mean? Why does it get left? This over here, I mean, he's talking about a lost generation, how it used to be the dealers who were the rappers. Now the users are the rappers. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's like we're 3 songs in and there's 4 breakdowns right here.
Well, you got your first, it's not a cuss word, but you got your first, he said nigga 2 times in his verse. That was Malice that said that. So
he did say nigga, but he was talking about niggas though.
Just to be clear.
He was talking about niggas.
I'm not sitting up here counting them. I'm just,
right,
making reference to what we talked about earlier.
He was
With that
talking
said,
about niggas.
He was. Oh my. Okay, so I'm gonna let the end of that play out, and we're gonna go straight into, because I like to hear some of the transitions too.
Yeah,
we're gonna get straight into So Be It. So we're at the end of P.O.V. now, track 4. So Be It 2.
Well, real quick before we get there, that hook, by the way, I hope everybody understands how crazy that hook is, and how many different flows we've gotten so far too. I mean, this is MCing right here. They're not approaching every track the same way so far.
Yeah, and also, can we make sure we give all the props to Pharrell, the kind of variety it requires? Unless someone has sat down and created a project as a singular producer with a singular artist art group. Do you know how challenging it is to do this with one artist? But to have two different artists who hear things differently at times, and to create all these different sonics and breakdowns. I'm listening. He's playing these keys. He's playing all of these breakdowns. And we know Pharrell to be the master musician, but this is insanity in terms of the variety in the first 4. So Be It is number 4 though. Ready for that one? So Be It 2.
Let's go.
This Be It 2 stuff, man. What's going on, man? I ain't had no problem with the first one.
I like it.
Back, take Amtrak down south, then she flies back. My connect has ponytails tied back. I just hit 6 mil behind T.B.T.F. They content create, I despise that. I create content, then they tries that. Run these Jews, there's rules, I don't buy back. I've topped all these lists, where's my prize at?
Ooh, cold clothes too. Just straight cold clothes. I'm with that.
16,000 square, 8 million up there, 2 million down here. When I was born, grandmama could see it. I be Bentley driven and very strategic. RM sleeve, no diamonds are needed. Floors are heated, so be it, so be it. Fucking with P, get something to meet you. Your soul don't like your body, we help you free it. Then we wait for TMZ to leak it. It ain't no secret, so be it, so be it.
Wait for TMZ to leak it.
Smoke. So be it, so be it. Smoke. So be it. CLIP, SEFB, A-Ball LV. I can show you how to bust a break if you let me. I'm on a gram like confetti. Switch is ready. She leaning on Celine cause she ain't stepping in Giuseppe. Catch a $150 like each Pirelli. I got 8 of them, call me Andretti. If I'm not in the telly, selling the Yeti, then I'm twirling your bitch like she in spaghetti. Heavy, circle back and come and get this Kelly. And your ears too, if you want them blue like Belly.
Real quick. You know what this is giving me a deja vu of right now?
What's up?
What I thought Squabble Up was, and then it became something different. And I'm like, okay, this is a new friend I got to introduce myself to. This beat is hard. I love that original one. Right. This beat is hard. So I've learned a lesson, Justin. You will see my growth. I've learned a lesson.
Exactly. Sometimes you got to wait and see how things land.
Because now
you got to wait to see where things fit.
Yeah. Because this right now feels like this could have, if you take the drums off, this could have easily been in Scarface.
Right. Yeah, exactly. It feels like it could be a Miami Night kind of thing.
Yeah. Okay. I've learned my lesson. That's all I wanted to say. I've learned my lesson. I'm not no. The chefs have prepared a meal. I gotta get used to this new beat.
That's how it goes.
I'm sorry. Say it again.
I said that's how it goes.
That's how
it goes.
11s, I'm the who's who with what's what. Papa heaven, fuck around and get your body traced trying to test me. Cause niggas that I'm with like to draw when it's sketchy. If they catch me, don't forget me. Resurrect me. Buy a dog tag the same place that they forget me. Ski. This is culture. Smoke. So be it.
I love they brought that back.
Smoke. So be it.
You ain't solid, ain't valid, you ain't Malice. Been quiet, ain't right, you ain't Paris. Blow money, you owe money, we ain't balanced. You ain't believe, God did, you ain't Khaled. All black, back to back, this ain't traffic. Can't wrap your head around that, you ain't Aaron. Y'all tweet, Bird talk, we all parrots. Lone Star, cross the border, we like Dallas. 21, guns salute, we been savage. Tag 'em up, add 'em up, them niggas average. Fly 'em in, fly 'em out, only the baddest. If I had her, then you had her, she never mattered. Wish upon the stars on my roof, they all scattered. Ain't no more Neptune, so peace Saturn. Off the first key up, they re-up. It's a pattern, like middlemen, they killing them, you know what happened.
This is culture.
Smoke. So be it, so be it. Smoke. So be it. You cried in front of me, you died in front of me. Calabasas took your bitch and your pride in front of me. Her utopia had moved right up the street, and her lip gloss was popping, she ain't need you to eat. The net gon' call it the way that they see it, but I got the video I can share in AE. They wouldn't believe it, but I can't unsee it. Lucky I ain't TMZ it. So be it, so be it.
This is culturally inappropriate.
Hey yo!
Crazy.
So be it, so be it. Smoke. So be it,
so be it. So crap. I love how they keep bringing back this culturally inappropriate. Love that. Love that.
How do you interpret that line?
Which one?
This is culturally inappropriate.
I mean, I don't really know yet. I just think it sounds dope. I feel like it is. I mean, you know, I don't even know. I don't know how to interpret it yet. I haven't sat. Look, I'm just now sinking into this. That's what's the beauty of a first listen to this. I just like how I keep hearing it. I feel like all this is culturally appropriate. I mean, they're basically dissing everybody. They said they love their parents and they just went on a dissing spree so far. They're letting the people know how much they have and how much these other people don't have in terms of cachet, skills, lyrical skills, things they've acquired, fashion taste. You know what I'm saying? All these people have exposed themselves in different ways to who they really are, or at least Pusha T, bare minimum, has seen behind the mask. And they're happily, jollily letting us know about it. I think it's great. Maybe it's culturally inappropriate.
It's insane that it only took 16 years. If this was 16 years ago, we'd be like, this is just hip hop. This is hip hop. This is good, grade A hip hop. Right. But in an age like now, where things are sometimes like an upside down world, where mediocre things get celebrated like that, I guess it would be culturally inappropriate to rap at the highest level, to find this production that is not, it's not trying to compete with what's in circulation. It's not trying to be young, but somehow it's evergreen. It goes beyond being young or old. It's just something that has a message that will stick with 10 years from now, 20 years from now, depending on what kind of hip hop fan that you are. Yeah,
I mean, this is from what I've heard so far, this is a masterclass of the marriage between beats and rhymes. You know what I mean? There's still layers to all of this. Like, what did Malice just say on this that I love? Malice just said, he said, tag them up, add them up, them niggas average. Fly them in, fly them out, only the baddest, right? It's a very simple thing. But that right there is like the thesis statement that I'm hearing so far. Everybody else is average.
Your
diamonds are average. Your drugs are average. You're ODing. I saw you lose your pride. You know what I'm saying? You're a veteran. You're supposed to be better than this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I love it. And maybe it is culturally appropriate to tell people about themselves right now, because we've had a long time. And even we talked about this all last year. You know, people have been rapping for the money exclusively. And it got so easy to rap that you don't even have to rap good to make a lot of money. You just need a lot of fans.
Hello.
And so I look at everything that's happening. So, I mean, I heard Travis Scott's little response to this the other day. I hope he moves on. I hope he got it out of his system.
Probably time to
Let's hope he got that out of his system. Okay. Because clearly he don't want this.
Tapped in right now. You might want to leave this one alone. You know, like
right. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's how I take this culturally inappropriate thing that keeps coming back, because where the culture is right now, this is inappropriate.
You know what this reminds me of? The 90s movies where you would have somebody who was like, in his heyday, he was that guy. Like, people was afraid of him. He was like he was that gangster in his area. Then he got locked up. And then he came back to the block, and it's like, oh, look at old timers here. And he's like, what is the block turned into? Look at what's happening. What are you wearing? And it's not like judgmental, but it's like, yo, we used to have codes around here.
Right.
What are y'all rapping like?
When did y'all start doing the drugs?
Wait a minute, you're doing the drugs?
That's rule number 5. Never get high on your own supply. What are you doing? What rules do you guys have?
It's like the Clipse. It's like the Clipse is one individual person that's been locked up for 20 years or 16 years, and he's like, look at the state of the game.
Right.
In case y'all forgot what it's supposed to sound like.
This is what it's supposed to sound like. I'm with it.
Well, now you know we get the one we've already heard. Ace Trumpets. I don't care how many.
I want to hear it again. It's time. You know, I haven't heard this in a few hours. It's time to put it on again.
I regret showing my son the song. I regret showing my son the song because now he goes around and there's no context for me. Like yellow diamonds, I like P.P. The 99-cent store just yelling at the top of his lungs. Yellow diamonds, I like P.P.
Oh my god, that's so funny. Oh my god, yeah, that definitely connects with an elementary school student. That is an elementary quotable.
And a 40-year-old quotable. I'll take it.
Right. That's the dopest lines. It's like I love you like a fat kid love cake. You know, those are the dopest lines. That's what it is.
Without further ado, and it's funny because it's one of the shorter songs on the project, but Ace Trumpets it is.
This is culturally inappropriate.
Yes, it is.
Ballerinas doing pirouettes inside of my snow.
Hold on, pause real quick.
Pause
real quick. I'm sorry. I just remember I heard this part. The number of people I asked that have in my life, either online, in the comment section, in my text messages, or called me on the phone to ask me what pirouettes meant, really shocked me. I was surprised. I'm like, pirouettes, you know, like ballerinas. They're like, it's the only thing you see ballerinas do. The generic ballerina thing is a pirouette.
Look, it's only so many things you can do in a snow globe. It's only so many things inside of a snow globe that can be done.
Right.
They're not doing the Gabby. They're not doing the Gabby Douglas. They only can do one move. But
it's funny. I mean, and it's also like because you can Google and pull up images.
Nah,
but I show you what
I gotta spell it correctly.
Right. But Google be fixing. Google's a great spell check.
What happens when Google says it's puree? And then you get fatigued because you're like, I'm tired of even looking at this.
Okay.
That is terrible.
Did that happen to you? Did people ask you what that meant? I had a lot of people. I was shocked. It was about a good 9 days worth of like, yo, real quick, what's pirouette mean?
You know why? I think people go to you and they know that you gonna be very kind with your response. You were like,
yeah, I don't make them feel dumb. I'm like, oh, it's like
that's why they don't ask me.
Right.
Because I would say something like, what else you gonna do inside of a snow globe?
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
It's all good. It's all good. It's the yin and yang. It's all good.
That's so funny to me.
All right, here we go. One more time.
I can't remember the last song that had pirouette as the third word you hear, though. This might be the first time in rap history where pirouette was the third word. The third word you hear is pirouette.
Let me run this back.
That's vocabulary, people.
Look, so is PP.
This is culturally inappropriate.
So it is.
Ballerinas doing pirouettes inside of my snow globe. Shopping sprees in Soho. You had to see it. Strippers shaking ass and watching the dough blow. Ace Trumpets in rose mode. Yellow diamonds look like PP. Bitches fly from DC on my private to Waikiki. 3P. Niggas is my sons and that's on repeat. Sins of the father, so I call you little Michis. It's easy. How could you and me be? Ever seen his peers? Can't compare. You just see. Don't you know these clears in my ears? Only VVs play musical chairs for the stare through these GTs. Too much wear and tear on your bitch. She couldn't please me. Like glove service with the brick. I am
Luigi.
Sold ecstasy and disappeared. I am Houdini. Look at them, him and him, still waiting on Yeezy. I hope you got your squeegees. Had your interviews. I just keep like PG, ASAP with Riri. You rappers all beneath me, but love like the Bee Gees. International flights connect me to the Wi-Fi. The only way you reach me, Ballerinas doing pirouettes inside of my snow globe. Shopping sprees in Soho, you had to see it. Strippers shaking ass and watching the dough blow. Ace trumpets and rose moles.
Henny Alavaca, Panama fishing village visiting with Papa, with Chapas, all of you in pasta, simply just Ferrari window shoppers. The one that I just saw that looked like it was built by NASA. Over $500,000 we call for Kasha, reaching for Akasha, never leaving home without my peace like I'm Mahatma. From the tribe of Judah, I'm Mufasa. Never turn the other cheek, you'll die at the Oscars. Persona non grata, mi casa su casa. Drugs killed my team spirit, welcome to Nirvana. You was Fuji Lala, I was Alibaba. Dressed in house of Gucci, made from selling Lady Gaga. Hakuna Matata, island wearing tie-dye. Umbrella in my rolls, match the one that's in this mata. Listen, you are not I, cross T's, dot I's. I done disappeared and reappeared without a voila.
Hey, man, come
Crazy.
on. Malice.
Crazy,
Come on,
dog.
Malice.
Yo, that is a top 10 verse this year.
Yes, it is.
Top 10 verse this year. Top 10. My man said, made in house of Gucci from selling Lady Gaga. That is
umbrellas in my rolls match the one that's in my Mai Tai.
Right. I love this.
But no, that one right there, as you said, that's one of my favorite one. He said,
That's my favorite one.
Gucci, made
That's
from
the house of
selling
Gucci
Lady
made from
Gaga.
selling Lady Gaga.
Like, what the hell I got to do with this?
Because Lady Gaga's a white girl, and they also call cocaine a white girl. So like you selling that in the house, it's there's layers and levels, but it's great. It's great.
Imagine being Lady Gaga thinking I'm gonna enjoy this album. I shouldn't get mentioned on this project.
Oh my gosh, it's
What's
so
going
good.
on here?
Yo, and then that line where he said, oh my God, how's it go? He says, never leave my home without my peace like I'm Mahatma.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of them bars. Again, there's think pieces all over this.
Yeah, but
this is a guy who left to go get closer to his faith.
Yeah.
He's coming back, and people have, I just expressed all of my cocaine expectations for this listen. And he is finding a way to still embody that without being that. You know what I'm saying? He is contextualizing that without being of that.
Yeah.
He is. You have to know who Akasha, Mahatma. You know what I'm saying? Like the things that you're adding to your brain. I had to ask a lot of people about Akasha.
Right.
Yeah, people asking me about pirouette. I had to ask people about Akasha.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's outside my faith. I don't know what Akasha is.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But you know what I love about what they do, and I think it's something that is shared with someone like Kendrick too, is that they give something for every level of understanding. If you come in here at a base level and you're like, I'm not trying to break down nothing, I just want to go for vibes and flows, they give you that, and it's delivered in a way that's like, oh, I don't know what that means, but that right there is provocative. It gets me going.
Right. It gets me going.
But even then, you could go to a deeper conversation and a very deeper dialogue about, well, what does that actually mean? And is this the best representation of peace? And I love that it provides that, and this production on all of this stuff has not taken a break at all. But yet I'm with you.
Right. You could be 6 and be like, yellow diamonds look like PP.
Play PP song, Daddy.
Play the PP song, Daddy.
That's crazy. Seeing my son get excited in a verse that has pirouette in the first two words is pretty amazing.
Oh god,
I love it.
That's funny.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, we got one more chorus, and then we getting straight into the next one. Yeah, they are not playing. This one's going to be called "All Things Considered," featuring The Dream and Pharrell. All right,
here we go. So I feel like this one's going to be like closer to the intro.
Yeah,
I predict closer to the intro. That's what I predict.
Intro. Okay.
Hold on real quick. Hold on, pause it real quick. I'll be right back. I'm sweating like crazy. But dead ass, so my AC is straight up broke. And this album is that hot. But I'll be right back.
Oh no. Let me address some of these super chats. Thank you, Miss AB. It's all happening. Thank you so much. Young Beans, hyped as hell. Shout out to the company, man. Absolutely. Thank you for the super chat. William Felton, Bieber doing Blow to the Clipse album. I hope you mean like blowing up inflatable animals. That's that man's been struggling. Let's Let's hope he's not. He's releasing a solo album, but we won't be reviewing that here. Miss A.B., all 11 are downloading my album. No number 7. This must have been earlier. Thank you so much. Been going through some family things, but had to stop by and salute this album. Salute Curtis and Justin. M.T.B.T.T.F Conley. Miss A.B., number 7 isn't popping for a while. Okay, you just letting us know. Thank you so much. The Bullets Gotti Show. Queen, talk about the tour dates. I would definitely bring that up. And I see they have an album signing in LA on the 17th, I think it is. I'm gonna definitely put it out there. D-Lou, so be it. The Clipse is back. D. Perry, I'm with you. Does Chains and Whips sound like No Church in the Wild to y'all? Nah. It feels a little bit more rigid around the edges. It definitely has a little. The production cuts through more. The drums cut through more. At least for me, I gotta listen back again. But from what I remember, that was a kick-driven song. But I can see some of the similarities in a sense, maybe. Up North Society says Tyler's verse is crazy on the next one. Yeah, Tyler did that. This album ain't for no baby teeth. Say it again.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna
say it again for the baby teeth in the back. For those some awesome. I said one tweet. I said great music doesn't require a calculator to enjoy. And then what one of them idiots gonna say? It also don't require a dictionary or a thesaurus. That's not how this works. You can't reverse Uno that joke. You sound stupid doing that. Why wouldn't you want to learn some new words? I'm talking about people counting sales, and they're like, album must be ass if it sold this much. You let Billboard determine your taste making? That's crazy. Shout out to DJ Head one more time. Proud Canadian. Canadian is crazy. Malice said, John 10:10 is my usual. The thief comes only to steal and kill and destroy. I have come that they may have life and have it to the full. Yeah, he gave a full-on testimony in that Ebro interview. I definitely want to highlight tomorrow. Michelle, King, Hart, Mary Clipness. Are you good? He was over there burning up.
Oh, there ain't nothing but ice in this. Ain't nothing but ice in this.
I ain't gonna judge you if some of that ice find its way to the back of your shirt. I ain't gonna judge you. It's been times like, look, man.
At some point, you got to accept who you are, man. I run hot. I am a hot-natured person. So I am comfortable. I know it might make y'all uncomfortable. This ain't the first time I've sweated a whole lot.
Hot degrees.
So it's time for Iceman. It's Iceman time.
Oh no, it's not.
It's never Iceman time.
Why are you bringing the energy down? Oh, yeah, do that. Book of Genesis, let the sonic boom. All right, I'm gonna save the rest of those for that. Let's get back to the project. But thank y'all for the super chat. I'm gonna get to all these in a timely manner for sure. Thank y'all for super chat. That's hilarious. All right, well, you got your drink. We're gonna get to the end of Ace Trumpets and now into All Things Considered, and that's track 6.
Doing pirouettes inside of my snow globe, shopping sprees in Soho. You had to see it. Strippers shaking ass and watching the dough blow. Ace Trumpets and Rose Mo's.
I'm having a good time, guys. This is great.
How I'm doing? All things considered. Let's be specific. My mama cheek, I miss it. I wanna kiss it. Nige asking for siblings. I know he meant it. V miscarry, we hit it. I'm glad he missed it. 100,000 a maybe. You stick with it. Pre-order the strollers. Our face in it. I pays for my stalk with the baby in it. If the sky's not your limit, you'll never get it. Turn niggas statistics. I'm so sadistic. So religious. That's so malicious. No division, still snow magicians. Blitzing niggas for riches like 4th and inches. Pay attention and listen, the snakes hissing. Niggas is writing statements and say they didn't. Dream of taking you down, they hate hidden. Wanna show you around, but they Jay Princeton.
Riches replace all the Pashas.
Excuse me?
They want to show you around, but they Jay Princeton. Break that down for me. I don't think I get that. Break it down for me. Break it down for me.
Okay, let me get the setup. Turn niggas to statistics. I'm so sadistic, so religious, that's so malicious. No division, still snow magicians. Blitzing niggas for riches like 4th and
inches. That's hard.
God. Pay attention and listen to snakes hissing. Niggas is writing statements and they say they didn't. Dream of taking you down. The hate hitting. Want to show you around, but they Jay Princeton.
Want to show you around, but they Jay Princeton. What is that?
Okay. My brain,
it doesn't sound flattering. I'll say
it
that
doesn't at all. Because I'm
it
asking.
Doesn't sound like props.
Is it Jay Prince Senior or Junior?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess. Oh man.
Because look what they're saying in here.
Want to show you around, but they Jay Princeton.
Look at this.
Is that what that reference is?
They want you to check in and show you around, and then look what happens when you're in their supposed care.
Yeah, I was hoping that's not what it meant. Oh gosh,
Pusha T ain't came to play.
He ain't coming to play.
I feel like if you were to ask that question, one of us asked that question to a Pusha T, he'd be like, "What'd you think it meant?"
It's just discernment. It's discerning. It's discernment. I think that's what he would say.
It's like you did on that's my favorite moment when we had the GNX album review. When you said, "What is Keyway?" You said, "You know what? Never mind."
Some things I don't need to know.
You know what? This Jay Prince one, none of my business.
Yes, there's some things I'm just not in a position to properly contextualize, and I respect that. I don't need to be Keyways. You know, I made this far. It doesn't sound like Pirouette. Doesn't sound like Akasha. I'll leave that one alone.
You know
what I mean?
Maybe this was a guy named Jay Prince I don't know of. You know, maybe
that's crazy though. Show you around with a Jay Prince, and that's cold. That's a cold line. I mean, even away from the context, that's cold though. You know what I'm saying? Because it's true. I mean, this whole verse is, people trying to backdoor you. Snakes hissing. Where's the end of the verse?
I hate to keep bringing that up, but also remember the Jay Prince Senior. Remember they were making the internet accusations that supposedly some of his goons went and robbed NBA YoungBoy, and then he was like, "I recovered your stuff in my city. If you need to get that, I can be the bridge between it." And it's like, were you a part of it? That's what the internet at least was saying. Ain't in my business. I'm out them politics. Ain't got nothing to do with me. But that line he didn't say Junior, and it didn't matter. And it still applies. Quadruple entendre.
Yeah. Oh, wow. That's cold right there, though. That's cold. That's a cold line. Rest in peace, Takeoff.
You gonna show me around in your city? Please don't Jay Prince, man.
Oh gosh.
All right.
Damn, that's crazy. You gonna show me around in your city? Please don't Jay Prince, man.
Fuck, I ain't trying to borrow, blow a budget. Like fuck it, we gon' tuck it till it all falls down. When this chess game is played smarter, swear this life is so awesome.
All things considered, I've been forgiven. How to pack the blizzard in Honda Civics. Took fatherless women and showed them living. Left mama the children, it take a village. Writings was on the wall like hieroglyphics. My circle split up the pie, that's long division. When Jada was asking why, I saw the vision. My homies that didn't die was all in prison. Visits behind the glass, my mirror image. Skin is blemished, names were mentioned. Explains the sentence, the pain is endless. Identifying the body, it takes forensics. Guns, Czechoslovakia, it starts and ends it. The only sin left is to flirt with vengeance. Made my exit just to make my entrance. Revolving door, maybe I can make a difference.
See. That's what I'm talking about. That is the quintessential Malice adds consequence to the conversation verse right there.
Hey, man.
Made my exit to make my entrance so I could make a difference.
He said, made my exit just to make my difference. Revolving door.
Oh, God.
Maybe I can make a difference.
Love that. Love that.
Look.
Love that.
Okay, before I say, before I say anything about this hook, because the hook is gonna have to grow on me.
Me too.
Can we please give some more respect to how Pharrell has been able to evolve in a way where you can't be like, they go Pharrell making one of them unk beats. It's no unk energy on what he's doing right here. This sounds like you getting the 808 rolls, you getting some of like the more newer type of sounds and sonics, but then you also getting that blended in a way that you don't really see it utilized. So he's a true musician who's able to listen to what's going on, but then also add his own creativity to it. But yet, Pharrell don't need no auto-tune. At least not the auto-tune that we could tell.
I mean, and if we're looking at Clipse catalog, there's always one that's a little too progressive for me. There's always one that's a little off. Like, oh my God, which one was it? I can't think. I probably skipped that song so many times I forgot the name of it. But there's one song on Hell Have No Fury that I'm like, no, still no. I check back in with the album every now and again. Every now and again, I'm like, maybe, no, still not. But from a content standpoint, from a versus standpoint, I'm with it. I'm not mad at the production on this. I'm with you on the hook.
Yeah.
So far, you know what I mean. I'm glad. I mean, it's only right. I guess P got to be on here somewhere. I'm not sure how many songs he's featured on, but I know he was at least listed as a feature on one. But
where's the dream at? It must be an outro or something he about to do.
Yeah, he's coming in next, I think.
Okay. All right, let's see what this is sounding like from here.
Dior slides made of iguana, stuff the walls for tomorrow. Fuck, I look like trying to borrow, blow a budget. Like fuck it, we gon' tuck it till it all falls down. When the chess game is played smarter, swear this life is so awesome.
Life and death are simple formalities, ain't no way around it. You can poison the world in technicalities, ain't no way around it. It's genocide when pawns feed the headlines. The kingdom of truth can never outlive a lie. They'll come for your king, but the throne survives. Unleash the queen, take them dead or alive. Pyro, Pyrex, Icy, Iris, violence of violence. Either way, it was worth the suspense. I considered all things.
Okay, it's a little artsy fartsy right there. I like. I'll say this about the dream part. Now, I am a chess player, a new chess player. I've been playing chess for a year now. It's a great hobby, and other people should try it as well. It helps increase your language with words like blunder and position and things like that. Either way, I like the chess metaphors. Like he ran chess metaphors for a solid 4 bars in the middle, and they weren't common chess metaphors. And they continue from where from Pharrell leaves off.
Yeah.
So that's a nice part to say. I'm not sure if I would, you know. I think the hook and this dream thing kind of takes me out the song, to be honest. But I like the verses.
I get the feeling that the dream was just in the studio, and he was like, "You want to do something on it?" He was just hanging out. He had no plans to be on the song, and they was like, "Hey, you try to do something on this?" Oh man, y'all do your thing. You want me to do? I can do something. Hold on, let me. He comes in at the end. It didn't really feel like, I don't know. Look, this is the meal that was served to me, and as it is, I'm glad that I'm glad that I'm getting it in the context of the full project, because I can see myself listening to it because I'm listening to the project, and I'm like, okay, we're just at this stage of the album. As a singular song, had this been a single, they chose the right songs. I'll say that. I'll say that. This one is
this is the definition of an album cut.
It's an album cut. Yeah,
this is an album cut. Like, I think, you know, if I go back and when I'm listening to this in the gym in the morning, you know, I'll be like, oh, okay, I understand why this is there.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. It's not bad.
I'm not skipping it. I'm just like, it's just not the one. I'm like, yeah, I gotta go. Yeah,
right. I'm not skipping it. I might tune out.
Yeah,
you know, I might drift a little bit and then get snatched back in. That's possible.
You know,
and maybe this was originally a dream song. Maybe it was his song first.
You think he was sitting on the couch and pulled out a flash drive and he was like, "You know what I really need?"
Or maybe Pharrell made this. Maybe Dream had this, and then Pharrell was like, "This actually might make more sense for Let God Sort Him Out." Then he had to call up Dream. And was like, "Yo, I know I gave you this beat, but I think I want to use it over here. It's gonna be a big. We could put you on it. We could put you could be on it.
You want the outro?
We could a whole outro. Your outro would be like a verse. It'll be like a verse. You know what I mean? So it'd be like your song. It'd be like ours. It'll be our song. We'll just keep it on my album.
Right.
Maybe that's what it was.
It's not like you're trying to sell it.
I don't know. That's the oddest one I've heard so far. I'll tell you that.
It is. That's the one that's like, all right, cool. Well, next one is, I'm looking forward to this one. Mike Tyson, blow to the face.
Yes, the imagery already. I know. I can already imagine the cover art.
Oh man, and the placement. See, now it's gonna make me really wonder about the placement of this. Let me play it a few seconds back so I can see how it transitions into the next one.
Considered all things.
No confessions, questions, we contesting. Fireworks will send a message, iridescent. Slow them down like Robitussin. If you rush in, at your door and we address them, we gon' bless them. Tried to bring them, shoulda left them. Learn my lesson, poker faces keep them guessing. No expression, ice dressing on my chest and leave impression. What's a Testarossa if you don't test them? Ain't your bitch unless you joystick and dress them. My presence, your pleasure, peasants, he's pressure. I've been knee deep, key deep, we in ZZ's, me and Lee. Get you fronted for the summer so easy. The snow alone, fill up a mobile home. My niggas name ring like mobile phones and no one's home. White back-to-back rolls at my gates. White slave master souls in my safe. White python Manolo is the taste. She want a Mike Tyson blow to the face. Twist and turn, these guns blitz and burn. Too many flip and turn, had to get rich to learn. The Bezos of the nasal, that's case closed. Got a team full of J-Bows on 8 toes. Niggas measly, cheap as Riesling, believe me. I could tell cause your bitches look needy. Mike Tyson, blow to the face. Slalom height, she want snow on a plate. Half price when the blows in the crates meets. More ice for the moles and the ace. Made $1 million off a flow to the nays. Niggas saying that it won't just a phase. 911 turbo with the glaze. Top dollars poking holes in the case.
All you keyboard killers in your feelings. Mad you ain't trending. Mad got you tricking on your women. Mad I don't hit them, I just spin them. Gunning and I'm grinning. In the Bugatti in my denim. This is the result of my vision. React with precision. But God only knows my intention. But selling dope is a religion. The hammer's in position. I can show niggas the difference. You niggas are screenwriters, we dream writers. Took chains and touched change like King Midas. Imitation is flattery, they seem like us. But only 300 bricks can make you Leonidas. My old plug asked the new plug to reunite us. D-class in my ears, now let me see you bite it. She want Mike Tyson blow to the face. I'm talking 96 holes with the bass.
Well, hey, chill. Hey, Malice, chill. Look, Pusha always gonna do it. Hey, Malice said it. He said, imitation is flattery. They seem like us, but only 300 bricks can make you Leonidas.
Right. Shout out to 300. That's a great movie. You know, Gerard, but shout out to Gerard Butler too, by the way. I love a Gerard Butler movie. I'll go see it, especially right now, this version of Gerard Butler, he is in his, it's like all he makes are diehards. You know, like if you look at Olympus Has Fallen and London Has Fallen and Angel, that is die hard. He makes Bruce Willis movies. He is the modern day Bruce Willis. And he played Leonidas in 300. So 1 second applause to my man Gerard Butler real quick.
There you go. There you go.
Just got it out the way. But yo, and then this line right here where he says, you niggas are screenwriters, we dream writers. Those are the type of bars that always get me. You know, generally speaking, I'm a glass half full type person. Yeah. And I'll always really gravitate towards people, towards artists, lyricists of any type, who have bars that make you want to, that are motivating, that make you want to get up and see the brighter side of life. And that one's so simple.
Yeah. You know what I'm getting the feeling of now that we're here we are 6 songs and it's only 13, so we're almost, or 7 songs in. We're almost halfway through. We don't get as many drug or coke references in the bars, but you know what it feels like? The music is the product. The music is
it definitely sounds like cocaine. It sounds like we're moving bass all over the place.
It sounds like the montages when the main character is going through like the moment of the grind and then gets into like, oh, I got the primo. I'm the top dog out here. Y'all, I'm the one you should be concerned about. The block is mine now. The music is the product. And now, as I'm thinking about the rollout, I'm like, they literally went on a PR run to sell a product.
Right. I mean, this is like season 3 and 4. This is Snowfall season 3 and 4.
There you go.
Right. I definitely feel like we're moving a lot of bass in here. I mean, and it's interesting that you bring up that point because I feel like there's a lot of cocaine in this song. It takes 300 bricks to be Leonidas. Yeah. He gave us the amount. It's a lot of bricks. And this was really, I mean, it's called Mike Tyson blow to the face. I mean, I think we have the appropriate amount of cocaine so far. I think we're doing good, actually, now that I think. I'm not sure I agree. Now I'm not sure I agree anymore now that I think about it. that white slave master souls in the safe line too. That's crazy, dog.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. I like what these brothers from Virginia are doing. 757.
I got a question, and I want to ask you this question though after the next song. What is it for me? And maybe you have a different experience. When I'm listening to them, they don't sound like they're trying to capture anything from the past. It doesn't sound like they're trying to establish any foot. It sounds like they don't have anything to prove, but they're proving everything about their skill. And I'm wondering, what do you think, or what are you hearing? And maybe you might as well answer now. What do you think sonically is happening that they're able to cut through? And we're not thinking about this being like, oh man, listen to this 48 and 52-year-old talking about the coke game. Like, man, isn't there other things to talk about? What do you think that they have unlocked? What is their cheat code in all of this?
Cocaine is the device, right? It's the device that's being used. It's not the point.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's why I think it still resonates. Right. Cocaine is the backdrop. Cocaine is like, maybe we're, it's set in a cocaine type environment. It's the ethos, but it's not the point.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I get from it.
It reminds
shout out
me
to everybody in 757 too. I lived in shout out to everybody in Chesapeake. I lived in Chesapeake for a long time.
Yeah, I was gonna say it reminds me of what you expect from a Spike Lee movie. Spike Lee movie, doesn't matter what he's talking about, you're gonna get the Spike Lee treatment. You know that it's gonna be a certain type of color correction. It's gonna be a certain type of flow to it, a certain type of way that people are talking, a certain way of breaking the third wall, all of these different things that have been known, the camera angles. I don't care if it's about Ray Allen or Jesus Shuttlesworth trying to get into the NBA, or if it's about Malcolm X. You're still going to get that brand because, like you said, the center focus is not just that. It's a much broader message being given.
Right. Yeah. It's the device. Like sometimes, like what's a good example? The last Star Wars, like this last one, the real craptastic one, where Homegirl all of a sudden was just like the craziest Jedi we ever seen without we ever seeing her figure out how she got there.
Right.
That last one felt like an Indiana Jones movie. They're running around, they got to grab the little sword to grab the thing, and they got to get the thing so they can stick it in the thing. And once they get the thing, and then they get there, right? So it's like the device for this journey that they're on is like having to grab the thing and the thing. But the whole movie is not really about that. The movie's about a lot more than whatever the particulars are. And so that's how I look at cocaine in this setting. Whereas if you listen to Lord Willin', that was real time. Okay, that was The Wire season 4 right there. Okay, they were the boys on the corner.
You can't go Wire. We're gonna give you Wire.
Right.
We're not being shy or coy or artistic about it. We're getting straight to it.
Right.
All right,
shout out to the Ville too. I see the Ville in here.
Oh, shout out to Ville. Yeah. Y'all definitely subscribe to the new channel for Ville too. And the Patreon, all that good stuff, man. Shout out Ville. All right, the Ville. Let me see. So we're gonna play the end of this one, and then we're gonna get into what is the acronym for this one? E.B.I.T.D.A.
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 Earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization.
Only on the Clipse album. I love it.
Right.
Yeah, that's my pure wave moment. I'll for sure would have hit you about that one.
Mike Tyson, blue to the face. Slalom heights, you want snow on a plate. Half price when the blows and the crates means more ice for the moles and the ace. Made $1 million off a flow to the nays. Niggas saying that it won't just the face. 911 turbo with the glaze. Top dollars poking holes in the case.
Shout out to Big Kish too.
Big Kish in here. Yo, Big Kish got a book that's available now. Everybody needs to go check out Big Kish's book.
Yeah, definitely go support that.
He's an author, y'all.
Come on.
Big Kish is an author.
Round of applause for Big Kish.
Round of applause for Big Kish.
I haven't already shared. I think I already shared it, but I'm going to share it again if I need to.
Round of applause for Big Kish, for real.
All right, so let's get into some tax shit.
I mean, the ears like vitamin C. I mean, yellow like bright as a bee. I mean, the sun like bright as can be. F.I.C.O not you tied to me. Just to get from A to B and ain't driving to C. The pad laid the Eiffel, only won't turn the parades off. God bless takeoff. I said I wanted to
pause it. You gotta pause it. You gotta pause it. You gotta pause it. You gotta pause it. Does that connect to that Jay Princeton line?
I feel like it does.
Does that connect to that Jay Prince? So this is what the Jay Princeton thing is?
Don't show me around town if you're gonna Jay Prince me. That gotta be the
line. That's gotta be. I wonder which one they made first. Did the shout out takeoff part come first? Or did the Jay Princeton come off? And they're like, you know what? Shout out takeoff.
I feel like the shout out might have came first. And it's like, you know what? I'm not done with this.
Yeah.
What else you want to say?
Right.
Record me.
Right.
Wow. Especially because that line was at the end of a bar and this is at the beginning of a bar. No, this had to be before, for sure.
It's interesting. That's interesting.
One more time.
Yeah.
I mean, the sun like bright as can be. I mean, the ears like vitamin C. I mean, yellow like bright as a bee. I mean, the sun like bright as can be. F.I.C.O not you tied to me. Just to get from A to B and ain't driving to C. The pad laid the Eiffel, only won't turn the parades off. God bless takeoff. I said I wanted Rolls Royce with the drapes off. And it ain't electric, so it's way off.
Send it back, send it for the Gordo pies. Picked up the Toro and drive straight up the 405. The way that the board is designed, I'm feeling like the Lord of the Skies. Arms like 245. Hit him, make sure that he dies. The text won't never reply. The feds came and collected my guys. The rain pours and I'm hearing their cries. Went from heaters up to fevers up. Bitches in the back, the seat is up. Now I'm 10 times the E.B.I.T.D.A. If you let the money talk, who's speaking up?
Come on.
I'm sleepwalking, y'all don't dream enough. My third passport, I ain't seen enough. If you can breathe up there, it ain't steep enough. The scale don't lie, you ain't even us. Yeah. Sure they want me hit her like an archer, but I'm not that sprint, so I starve her. How we fit 30 studs in the collar. Open the sunroof, wave to my father. Remembering the shipments at the Portsmouth Harbor. Something for the face numbers and the nodders. Grew up playing real life Contra. Never give up, that's the mantra. Lifting all this weight, now I live behind the gate. Should DJ the way they digging through the crates. You niggas busting bricks on a plate. I need more space to make pace.
Come on.
The rap house is running out of tape. The drug money busting out the safes. Scammers running in and out of Chase. Bottle servers running out of Ace. Went from
nice. I like that a lot. I'm a big fan of what I just heard.
Look, okay, let me get some transparency. When I first heard the beat, immediately I said, "Oh, this feels dated." And then I started trying to think about who dates it, and I'm like, "Of course, dummy, it's Pharrell's production that only Pharrell can do."
Yeah.
I'll say this: I think that Tyler has done a great job of finding his feet through that sound. And he's been able to kind of add his own spin to it. But when I'm listening to this, I'm like, dog, this brings me back to 03, 04. And I'm talking about In My Mind Pharrell solo project when I'm listening to this. You just haven't heard these type of sonics, this type of approach for a song and a concept like this. Then you get them trading bars in his third verse. I love that so much.
That's what I like about it. I like that third verse because they're trading bars. Now, if I'm ranking songs, this is down there with that other one with Pharrell on it. But
yeah.
The third verse with them going back and forth is what I appreciate about this. You know what I mean? Like, because you're right. I mean, this I don't want to say, I don't know if dated is.
I'm just saying that's what my brain said when I first heard it. But
yeah. But it does sound like it would fit on Lord Willin' or We Got It for Cheap mixtape. You know, it feels like it could live over there. You know, and so, and in comparison to a lot of stuff we've heard so far, this is one of the least dynamic joints. Like they're even how they're rapping just pretty basic 4 bar setups. You know what I mean? And so, but I do like them going back and forth on that third verse quite a bit. And there's some bars in here.
You also know what's
and I like the Contra reference. Anybody who's gonna reference Contra, you cool with me.
He said in real life we played Contra.
I jump out the helicopter like Contra. That's what I got. I got bars.
You know why I got that nostalgia too? Because all I can think about is the ice creams and the skateboarding. This feels like one of them ice cream skateboard highlight videos that you would see on somebody's CD DVD.
Right.
You see this, like a Terry Kennedy popping out.
But this is one of the ones that's more narrative based too. I mean, they're taking us back to Portsmouth. They're talking about shipping containers. You know what I mean? Like this is one of the ones that's really for the kingpins. Mm-hmm. This is like the kingpin come up song. This is like Snowfall season 1.
You gonna keep going back. See, look at you guys love it when this happens. I love when I talk to my guy and he starts showing you pieces and chapters of the think piece he's being ready to put together of the video documentary. He's doing it again. Whenever he starts repeating stuff, remember that you're gonna hear it again.
You gotta figure out your devices. There's always a device. Always a device.
There's always a device. All right, well, we got one more hook on this one, and then we get into
the one I've been waiting for forever, F.I.C.O. Yes. Stovepipe Cooks. Let's hear that.
Yikes. All right, here we go. Go ahead and play the end of this.
Heaters up, the fever's up. Bitches in the back, the seat is up. Now I'm 10 times the E.B.I.T.D.A. If you let the money talk, who's speaking up? I'm sleepwalking, y'all don't dream enough. My third passport, I ain't seen enough. If you can breathe up there, it ain't steep enough. The scale don't lie, you ain't even us.
That was cool.
I remember late nights, pissy hallways driving me psycho. The money wouldn't come fast enough. We was back and forth down streamline, moving weight was like lipo. The rest of y'all stuck in the rut. Niggas double cross and talk behind your back. See, that's where the knife go. I guess they wasn't fucking with us. Some niggas get the luck of the draw. For others, life is a dice roll, and waiting on faith ain't for us. When you young, you realize that you can't trust the mouth where the pipe go. They tried but couldn't love you enough. Dance music on my neck. Where's your water bottle? Diamonds, the light show. Looking like the sun in the club. If you re-ing up with us, then your credit score gotta be F.I.C.O. I'm talking 850 a bus. See, you really willpower when you make niggas balance on tight ropes. They know they not much for the blood. Have my man shoot your block, I'ma send his ass far as the flight go. Ain't worry about ducking the judge. Keep fronting for your bitches, cause any minute repo might show. You know that shit up in the month. Heard your man was in there singing for his life. They was calling him maestro, cause time that heavy can crush. When you pay a nigga back like it's Lil Wayne whispering die slow. The last words you hear in the trunk.
Wow.
You don't know what I know. You ain't seen what I saw. No, you ain't been where I go. With a fetty so strong, you gotta bag it with one eye closed. My shooters turn inside out. I heard the feds turned the crib inside out. Drop the roof on you niggas, let the inside out. Fresh Prince jacket, boy, I cook them to the inside out.
Go get a Glock 27 fit snug in the waistline. Both sticks came with the drum. I was 5'6", shoulder with a chip. Wish a nigga to take mine. Index yank.
No, both sticks came with the drum. It's the simple lines that's like, right. Yo, thank you.
Till it's numb. Used to call me Windex, cause this thing I spray gon' make you change minds. I done seen Hercules run. We was power lifting 2.2s. Nah, we ain't throw gang signs. My brick walk was second to none. I would have them take a number like DB. That was the baseline.
What?
My brick walk was second to none. I love that.
Check out or register 1. Miami niggas like Big Perm, cause they numbers was phase on. Cuban showed me nothing but love. When
he look,
yeah.
Back. He said Miami niggas like Big Perm cause they numbers was phase on. Cuban showed me nothing but love. When it come down to it, every string or bell just need an A-bomb.
We won't sweep it under the rug. Right.
Come on, man.
It come down to it, every string of bell just needs an Avon who won't sweep it under the rug. On the road with a load near the brake line, I knew where to place mine. I don't keep the gun in the glove. Hit the turnpike with the running lights that be on in the daytime. Cause K9 sniff out a crumb. Hands 3 and 9 on the wheel as I'm crossing the state line. Dumb diddy dumb. Survival of the fittest. You either get acquitted or FaceTime. I done had an infamous run. My story gon' hit the first 48, then it's on Dateline, cause this really shit I done.
You don't know what I know.
Oh my.
You ain't seen what I saw. No, you ain't been where I go. With a Fetty so strong, you gotta bag it with one eye closed. My shooter turn you inside out. I heard the feds turn the crib inside out. The roof on you niggas let the inside out.
Fresh print jacket, boy, I cooked the boys inside out.
All right,
Crazy.
All right, help me out, Justin, because you're more familiar with Stove God Cooks.
Stove God Cooks, Reasonable Drought. He's also got, he's basically half of 12. West Side Gun's 12. Hitler Wears Hermes 12 came out earlier this year. That's one of my favorite projects this year, too. Straight, I think he's out of Syracuse, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
And he's now, he's officially with Griselda now. And so we're going to get, he's going to be very front and center over the rest of the year. But Stove is a monster. His hook game is crazy. His octave is very unique in general. But in terms of like from he's also very descriptive with his metaphors. Right. Like, so you can see it, you can see what he's rapping, but you can feel him, and then his octave, he always stands out. And to me, he always makes the song. And I wish he had a verse.
Yeah,
I wish he had a verse here.
He sounded amazing on this. Like he definitely, you could tell folks who have not only the pen forward, but the voice that connects. Because I think that's something as I'm embracing and loving to see all of this new era lyricism. But I think that a lot of these lyricists, this new breed is getting right, is that they're learning how to connect first. Like, if I can't hit you in the heart, it don't matter how well I rap, it's gonna fall on deaf ears. And I think like the Rayvons of the world, they're figuring out ways to not even figuring out, they're just giving an authentic story, but delivering it in a way where it doesn't fall flat.
Yeah,
right.
100%. I mean, and Stove is just fun. He's fun to listen to. I mean, listen to how he's singing on that.
Yeah,
he comes in singing off key, but he is confident and it sounds good. And he Fresh Prince turned the boy in. He's off. He's he's not predictable on where he's going to land on stuff, but he's not necessarily so off kilter that you lose the flow, you lose the track. You know what I mean? Like, Stove God is special, and he doesn't do a lot of talking. You know, so
I gotta listen to more.
Go start with Reasonable Drought. Reasonable Drought's incredible. Go listen to 12 this year. I mean, it's basically Brother So's, Stove God Cooks, and Makami. Not Makami. What am I saying? And West Side Gun. And that's basically the three of them run that whole project.
Yeah, that was a great pull. Like
Stove God can get emotional. He could talk about relationships and women and stuff too. He could talk about all aspects of life, and he talks about drugs really great.
Imagine sitting in a group interview. What about you? I definitely rap about drugs really, really well.
Right.
I'll let you know that if there's one thing you can count on me for, I can rap about some drugs really well. The best of them. We finally get an Ab-Liva. It don't feel right unless we get an Ab-Liva feature on this one.
That's the truth.
So now we got this one on Inglorious Bastards. This project is phenomenal, man. I
like it a lot.
Yeah, I was about to say, man, they were batting 1,000 on these features, and then I remembered I got to go back to that Dream one and really understand it.
Yeah, I mean, I personally think it was his song first. I think Pharrell had to be like, "Hey, Dream, hey, buddy, pal, hey, how you been, man? Yo, I saw you on the gram. You doing your thing. That's what's up. Remember that joint I gave you? So let's think about this. Let's think about this right here, right? How about this instead?"
That is gonna be comment of the night right here. Just love speaking about that white girl.
Not every day. Not every day I get to talk about coke rap with this level of depth and detail. Not every day. Not every day. When I get a chance to talk about rappers talking about Lady Gaga, I'm gonna lean into it.
To talk about some Lady Gaga, I'm gonna talk about that today. I'm tell you right now. Inglorious Bastards is the next one up.
That's funny.
Live. About this. Oh man, they starting off with a Jesse Jackson quote. Okay, where we going?
The last thing we heard was Stove God Cooks turning them boys inside out, like the Fresh Prince jacket. And now we're gonna start with Jesse Jackson.
Hey, man.
It's
The
all
music
happening.
is the drug.
Right.
Music, I'm convinced the music is the product. Look how colorful it is. Look at it. This is blue magic. This is green magic.
If you think about it, I mean, when Jesse Jackson was popping, that's when crack came out. So, you know, there is a correlation right there. When Jesse Jackson was, you know, when he was Operation Push, you know, when he was putting together, when he's running for president, this is the era. This is the final season of Snowfall. That's when Jesse Jackson shows up. We're almost at the end of the album now, so it makes sense. It makes sense.
Inglorious Bastards. Here we go.
When we are together, we got power. We have shifted from having a seizure about what the man got to season what we need. Burn, baby, burn.
Catch me in the kitchen where the dope is, with an apron is whiter than the poach is. Spread distribution wide open. Now all the smokers call him Moses. Hair on browner than baby roaches. Got your bitch bent over like scoliosis. Yeah. Watch it see I It's the only battle.
I'm sorry. Sorry.
You're not supposed to be laughing as hard as that.
Your
That is a
bitch
real
bent over like
situation.
scoliosis.
That's crazy.
I love
got
that.
your beat.
Bent it over like scoliosis.
I got you bent over like
Gosh.
scoliosis. Well, I'll be down.
Scoliosis, no, that's a hook spine.
I'll be down.
Fourth that I'm hosting. We really netted what we grossing. By the way, I'm writing this on the ocean.
This is
By the way,
culturally
the stinker's
inappropriate.
really frozen. By the way, the sinker's being loaded. Cause by the way, the stinker's really chosen. Head haloing, seated in a late foreign. Name a bitch you ain't going. Two-tone with the Royce rolling. Just a glimpse what the boy holding. Knocking over all you toy soldiers. 1 + 4 acres, no neighbors. I remember the days of no cable.
This is
Colombian
culturally
stallions in the
inappropriate.
stable. With natural titties and no navels. Only work getting done is on the table. Death to skimmers and shavers. I'm allergic to anything other than money behavior.
I'm allergic to anything other than money behavior. Death to the skimmers and the shavers. True that.
You actually
True
see
that.
the white girl lines?
Don't be scared.
Don't mind if I do. 1 + 4 acres, no neighbors. I remember the days of no cable. Colombian stallions in a stable.
Only
with
work.
natural titties and no navels.
Only work getting done is on the table.
Death to the skimmers and shavers. I'm allergic to anything other than money.
Death to the skimmers and the shavers.
I'm allergic to anything other than the money behavior.
Right. Right.
Well,
Where's Pusha T's Ab-Liva? I'm glad that he's retired that. Okay, I wasn't a fan of that. That was one thing that downgraded Pusha T, but I didn't like that Ab-Liva. And I remember I did a video on It's Almost Dry, and I made a comment on that. I was like, you know what's great about this album? That ad-lib is out of here. Like, he has outgrown his ad-lib. That's what's up. I don't know. I feel like I'm catching COVID when I hear him say that.
Nah, we got some songs. We got some songs left. You got
like
Malice. You got Malice cussing. I got Pusha T.
Right, we're gonna get a yuck. I don't think we got it at the last album. I think we're like 2 albums since. Because he's the guy who wrote My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. You could tell like that's the Pusha T album. Mm-hmm. And whenever you can really tell, because wherever Kanye's rapping, wherever he puts his hand, I think his ad lib, that hand is where Pusha T used to put the yuck. That's the yuck. That's so it's like fits the same way. I can't.
Maybe that yuck got some PTSD on it. Maybe he's like, that remind me too much of the good music days.
It's contagious.
Like, I don't even want to go back.
It sounds sticky. You ever shake a stranger hand and it's wet? That's what it sounds like. I ain't trying to shake no stranger hand when it's wet.
Every time we go live, we got at least one of these quotables.
That's what it is. It sounds wet.
Last time he said, yeah. And I just woke up in a stranger house, and I said,
sometimes that happens. Well, it used to happen. Or it's happened before. How about this? It's happened before. I'll say that. It's happened before. That's probably the better way to say it. It's happened before. Okay. It didn't used to happen, but it's happened before. You know what I'm saying?
It's all happening. It's all, you know,
It's
gotta
all
know.
happening.
It's all happening. All right, got the rest of it.
Inglorious, victorious, wide body B.I.G. like notorious.
Tell me, is we trafficking or tricking? Somebody gotta show me the difference. Stand on every word whenever I wrote shit. Under my boots, nigga, nothing but goat shit. I was fine getting rich under their noses. Today a nigga celebrate till you and post it. Saltwater tears, cooked with sodium, McLaren hypercar. No petroleum back then. Kid work under linoleum, that thinking got me standing on this podium. Chop the roof off, nigga, this coupe talk. A Virginia nigga driving to New York.
This is culturally inappropriate.
My tents was too dark. The money's in a trailer car. Fuck what you thought.
Been playing.
Oh yeah, he definitely. It was not his goal to not cuss on this album.
He's doing a good job. He did it all the way to. He got one in there though.
He got a few of them in there.
He got it in there on that one.
He said, "Stand on every word." Whenever I wrote shit under my boots, they got nothing but goat shit.
Right.
It's fine getting rich under their noses. Today, a nigga celebrate to you and post it.
What track is this? What track of numbers is this? 9?
This is 10, I believe.
Number 10? We went 10 tracks.
10 tracks, not bad.
10 tracks. 10 tracks before the cocaine took over.
Hey, man. Hey, trying to restore that feeling, that's all.
Yeah, we just restored the feeling.
In the snow like Rudolph, in a 2-door roof, helping me cool off. Chains on me like Slick Rick the ruler. Seats white, but the 6 blacker than Umar. Niggas trying to stop my play, Parisian nights. Private rooms at bar, you pray the season's right. Louis Vuitton hug my arms, scribbled in red. Blood diamonds, blood my charm.
This is culturally inappropriate.
The chauffeurs are made, flights are chartered, the villas and the hills are paved. Blood spilled, ring finger names engraved. Shirts are silk, the yacht light flags are waved.
I mean, did Ab-Liva found Jesus too? Because he don't curse.
But he did say, chains on me like Slick Rick the ruler. He said, seats white, but the 6 blacker than Umar. Sometimes you ain't got to cuss to take it there.
Sometimes you got to do it. Sometimes you got to do it.
Louis Vuitton, hug my arm, scribbled in red, blood diamonds, flood my charm. Jesus.
It's vivid. It is definitely vivid. He didn't curse right here in this verse at all either. That's actually really interesting, right? We just had a whole verse of Malice breaking character. And then here comes Ab-Liva refreshing that character.
Well, I feel like they also come from an era, talking about Clipse, they also come from an era where in circles of lyricists, it was almost seen as a weakness if you had to cuss your whole way through a verse, because it was almost like you're overcompensating for a lack of vocabulary in certain circles, right? Some circles is like, nah, you just be your authentic self. I don't care. But I've been in certain, lyricist circles where that's a thing, where it's like you don't have more words to describe that emotion outside of that.
Right.
Boy, it's interesting because he definitely painted a vivid picture.
It doesn't. I mean, it feels like they could have wrote that verse for each other. Like they just traded the verse. I don't know. But but that's another thing I really appreciate about this, right? The fact that, it does harken back to an era where there was more attention paid to lyricism, what it means to be a lyricist, and flexing all skill sets, from the language you use, the grammatical choices you make, the vocabulary you use. It's not just like, chant rap. You know what I'm saying?
Extended. I call it extended choruses.
Yeah, right.
The whole thing is just a jingle.
Right.
It's a jingle with cuss words.
Or caption rap. That's what I called it.
Caption rap.
Caption rap. They were caption. Oh, I could tell he was just rapping what he put on his Instagram picture. This is Snapchat rap. This isn't meant to last a long time. It's gonna go. Rap. This is gonna go away pretty soon. I can tell. It's caption rap. It's Snapchat rap.
That hurts my soul to hear caption raps.
You've been hearing them for about a decade.
That's why my soul is torn. So
people call it other things. I just say, that whole area over there, that's the caption rap area. It's stuff that inspires people to tag it on their picture. This is what they write in their caption on their Instagram pictures.
280 characters and less. That's why the song would be 1 minute and 10 seconds.
Right.
That's a shame. All right. Well, the next one up is So Far Ahead. That is the 11th song. We're almost here to the end. How you feeling about it so far?
Stronger in the beginning than it is towards the end here. Still really high level the whole way through.
Yeah.
I think there's probably 2 tracks that got me an eyebrow raise. Like, okay, maybe I'm not there yet. But also, I think that's par for the course for Clipse projects. You know, there's always 1 or 2 on a Clipse project to me where I'm just like, let me go back to these other ones. You know what I'm saying? I think in this environment, it stands out quite a bit. And I like how they've transcended their roots, but able to stick to them at the same time.
Yeah. It just makes me appreciate what we were getting even 16 plus years ago, and that it still was very different from anything else that was on the radio. Like, if Mr. Me Too exists because you knew damn well if there was a sound that was out there even similar to that, you knew exactly who to source that to.
Right.
Back when people were doing a human version of ChatGPT.
Right. Yeah.
All right. So far
human
ahead.
version of ChatGPT.
Back in my day, we had to manually ChatGPT. It was called biting. No, I'm playing.
That's funny.
Next one up is, that's so far ahead. Let me put that up. Let's gear it up.
Inglorious, victorious, wide body B.I.T.D.A like Notorious. Tell me, is we trafficking a trick, and somebody gotta show me the difference. Ha!
I like that line.
They don't know what it is when I'm on it, but once they figure it out, I don't want it. So far ahead, the niggas will be behind.
Oh, they trying to get on the Apple commercial.
This is their sync play.
This is sync play, right?
This is sync play.
This was showing a sync play, right?
This is sync play.
Behind. You can't see it from where you sitting. But this one already live with the matching stitching is so far ahead. Niggas are behind. Woo. Behind.
Swerving through the lane, serving niggas cane, still ain't never hit a pothole. If I was Brittany Griner, I'ma need Obama, only wanna swap his chapo.
Hard.
Run that.
That shit crazy.
Was not expecting that drop. One more time. Oh my.
They don't know what it is.
That's crazy.
When I'm on it. But once they figure it out, I don't want it. So far ahead, the niggas are behind. Behind. You can't see it from where you sitting. But this one already live with the matching stitching is so far ahead. Niggas are behind. Behind.
Swerving through the lane, serving niggas cane, still ain't never hit a pothole. If I was Brittany Griner, I'ma need Obama, only wanna swap his chapo. Furthest from the streets, Monica Denise, good bitches fuck with Roccos. Put them in them cars, hanging out with stars, now it's hard to tell they not hoes. Your co-defendant claim immunity, it was you and he, how'd you not know? Unless he leaving court in a Bentley Sport just to meet you on a yacht though. Understand the art of war, all my niggas draw, so we all Picasso's. Me just being me, respect the P.O.V. I probably never eat at Roscoe's. Million ways to live, million ways to die, million stuff in and all told. Million ways to wash it, million ways to stop it. Pray for me, cause we not though. Best believe I can whip a Christmas Eve with some work in a hot stove. They done took it all, praying that he fall. No more questions about Gestapo.
Right.
They don't know what it is when I'm on it. But once they figure it out, I don't want it. So far ahead, the niggas are behind.
This is amazing.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Behind.
Niggas tried to sneeze at the blessing. How could I just leave was the question. Whistleblowers left me no choice. Ain't no referees up in heaven. No mistaking me for the reverend. Usher in the money, my confession. How your pastor whip a Rolls Royce. That was me pre 9/11. Look at me post Armageddon. Walking with my dog, I am legend. The grass is greener on each side. I done been both Mason Bethers. I done been at.
Hey, yo.
Wow. I've been both Mason Bethers. I done been both. I'm about to text Malice right now. That's just hard. Let me text him real fast. Yo, that's crazy.
I don't even want to say what the hell. I want what the heaven. Niggas try to sneeze at the blessing. How could I just leave? Niggas try to sneeze at the blessing. How could I just leave was the question. Whistleblowers left me no choice. Ain't no referees up in heaven. No mistaking me for the reverend. Ushering the money, my confession.
Crazy.
How your pastor whip a Rolls Royce? That was me pre 9/11. Look at me post Armageddon. Walking with my dog. I am legend.
Yeah.
Grass is greener. The grass is greener on each side. I done been both Mason
Bethers. That's crazy. That's crazy.
All right.
That's crazy. This is what I'm saying with Malice's contributions to the Clipse. He be adding the consequence to the context, and now he's on the other side.
I don't know if that was Miss Rec to you that said it, but it does feel like we're getting Malice and no Malice on this project. Maybe that's what it is when he switches up. No cursing equals no Malice, and Malice is the Malice we've already known from the Clipse.
Right.
I like that theory.
I'm not mad at that. That's actually a good theory. Wait, is there cursing in this verse?
No, this.
So we just have one. Malice. So right now, Malice only popped his head out for a second.
Yeah, like that meme say. I got that thing on me.
Malice showed up for a bump. He showed up for a bump. Malice got a quick bump. He didn't sit down at the plate. He just did a quick bump.
No, the music is the product.
That's crazy.
I'm sick. Okay, yeah, that's. Let me rewind a little bit, just for his verse. This is crazy.
Grass is greener on each side. I done been both Mason Bethers. I done been at both intersections. I done pulled oceans 11s. Even when the well ran dry. I done raised quotes in the desert. Tried to hide the dope in the message. Like we did the coke in the Lexus. Same hands I used to whip work. See me turn them both into blessings. AMG the spokes for the extras. Only way to cope with the pressure. When you feel you in too deep, let God take the wheel like a Tesla. They don't know what it is.
Yeah. That's just crazy.
Why? See, it's you know what I've noticed, and I feel like they knew the things that we're saying. I think that they knew what the general perception of it would be. I don't think any artist goes into an album saying every song is perfect. Well, some may think that every song is perfect, and that's their babies. I think that they say this song has to happen because these are the proper instruments to represent where I'm at here, and this is a moment. Sometimes it's like more of a moment in the studio, and you have to have these moments happen. But I listen to these songs every time we have one of them songs where we're like, I don't know about that hook, or I don't know about it. One of these was right behind it. Such a well arranged album for sure.
Right. And I mean, that verse right there, that's a beautiful verse, man. That's just a beautiful verse all the way up and down. All the way up and down. Like I keep saying this all the time. When people start saying real shit, people start really talking about like broad perspective of what people are going through.
Right.
They're going to find a lot of success right now because we're in this era we're in feels like we've been in it for a long time. But in the broad history of music is just a very very short time period, right? Bob Dylan was able to connect with people on a massive scale, talking about big issues that are affecting people. Right. The Beatles, John Lennon, Michael Jackson, Public Enemy, you name it. Like, this is like a very, very new thing. Hold on, no Malice is calling me right now. Hold on 1 second.
Oh, wow.
What up, brother? How you doing? I'm over here on the live stream right now. We're me and Curtis King up here listening to your album on the live stream. Yeah, dog. Yeah, dog. You doing it. You're doing it. Let's do it. Look, I'm available anytime. You guys in LA right now? Where are you? Okay. All right, but I'm gonna hit you right after this. All right, bro. Peace. Yeah, but like that's what I'm saying. This is such a beautiful verse right here.
You can't do that. You can't jump back into your point like that. We seen you.
This is the point. We were talking about no Malice being dope. If we're talking about when people start talking about real things, people are gonna have real success.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? People can see who's willing. People can see who's in things, not just for the marketing, which is the broader point. And that's what this kind of project is right here. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could see there's a lot more things that they care about here than just, oh, I'm in front of all the streamers. From this whole rollout, you can see that. There's a lot more things that they care about than just whatever money they're going to make from this, or the opportunity to make as much money as possible by strategically making, let me go ahead and make an album that is set up so I can make a whole lot of money type project, which is very obvious to the audience. And Malice they're not running away from big conversations at all. And that last Malice verse is a great example.
Yeah. The product got you sweating?
My ice ran out. My ice ran out.
That's how you know it's a grade A product, right? I told you the product is the music right now.
The product is the music.
In a time where there's walking zombies who have been deprived of the things that we need as human beings in terms of music that sticks to our bones, in terms of authenticity, they came through and said, y'all just need a little bit of healing. Don't worry about it. Go and take a little bit of that. 13 tracks. 13
I like everything that's happened over the past 360, 385 or 400 days. This has been amazing 400 days. This has been a vibration shifting 400 days in hip hop, and I'm with it.
Yeah,
and this is another example.
To your point of making timely music, I just thought about how ridiculous certain music that came out 2 years ago sounds in light of like things like the Big Beautiful Bill. Not to get too political, but in light of the things that are going on with ICE, and people are in real situations right now. They don't want to hear you bragging about how rich you are. They don't want to hear you bragging about whose girl you finna take. They don't want to hear you bragging about how great your life is. There are some people that are like, do you see me? And why do you only see me when I'm paying for something?
Thank you. That's the problem. That is like, I'm saying, look how much trauma this country, this world's been in since this century. 9/11, Afghanistan, Iraq, Katrina, Great Recession, Occupy Wall Street, COVID, what we're going through now. You can't go 3 years without something that's never happened before happening. Without something that ain't happened within the past century happening. You know what I mean? And broadly speaking, music is just ignoring it because it's easier to get the bag. It's like what happened at Essence Fest when AT&T said we can't talk about race. AT&T said you can't talk about race at Black People Festival, right?
Do you know where you at?
but I only use that as an example of how much music has just been marketing for so long. People it's been just there to sell products. And that was a conscious shift. Okay, that was a conscious thing. And people have fallen into it because it's no one's in a position to be able to risk their audience. But what they don't realize is by not addressing and taking risks, you become irrelevant.
Yeah.
You become just another person. You become someone that's not connected to my life. Now I need to go watch somebody on YouTube. Or I need to go into this certain gaming and go find the video game that's close to the one that I'm experiencing right now.
Right. 2 points. One, that they also become mid-90s Michael Jordan, who didn't want to offend the Republicans or the Democrats because they all buy tennis shoes.
Right.
And two, you look really crazy making music that sounds like only an oppressor could enjoy it.
That's what I'm saying.
Because if you say that you're making music for the streets, you say you're making music for a certain demographic, and that demographic is telling you we are hurting and we're in, like, even if they don't say we're hurting, if you can see the hurt that somebody's that their actions are showing and you're not delivering anything to help them, who are you helping then?
Right.
Who are you the soundtrack? Whose yacht are you the soundtrack of? Who's, you know what I mean? And that's not to say that we don't exist in some of these spaces, but I look at the music and I'm like, no wonder their political views align with the same people they're making music with. Music for, I should say.
Even if they're willing to, even if they're brave enough to share their political views.
Yeah,
most people just play the middle. They be in here like, you know, I'm not trying to be boxed in. You know what I'm saying? You know, if I really think about it, the manosphere has got a lot of people over there too. Let me get over there. I mean, it's like it goes either side, whatever it is. The point is, people are not even discussing within the music, a lot of big things.
Yeah.
a lot of like men in general have had rising suicide rates over the past 25 years.
Mm-hmm.
Rest in peace, Young Noble. You know, talk about that. Talk about how hard it is just to be a man and have to get up and go outside and come home with something to provide. I don't even hear those songs. It doesn't have to be politics. It can, like just something tangible on a regular basis. Like, you know, whoever does that right now is going to have a whole lot of success because that's completely void, and all of this stuff becomes irrelevant and disposable and that's why that shit's not sticking because they ain't saying shit.
Some of us do go to music as our medicine, right? That is, it's more than just soothing. Some of us go to this music for healing of some regard, or even as a bridge. Sometimes I've heard people going through music as a bridge to religion, or even a conversation of a higher power. I listen to this music on this project, and you know, the first thing I'm thinking is, this is the most culturally inappropriate thing to do, if that's the current state of the culture. How dare you make music for the have-nots? How dare you speak honestly to a perspective? How dare you speak to the people? Man, we over here, you know what I'm saying? You see the new demographic we got access to. They inviting us to the white party over here. Like, you rap for them. Like, you got, you know what I'm saying? Create a vibe.
Yeah,
How dare you create something with substance?
No Malice said in his interview with Ebro on Apple Music, he said he was talking about the censorship, but he said the realest thing to me. He said hip hop is the last bastion of Black expression.
I did hear that. Yeah,
you know, that's a heavy bar right there. Right? Even hearing an album from people who care that much about something to view something that way. Mm-hmm. Let's say there's 90 people on YouTube right now who would make entire breakdowns of why he's wrong about that point. Mm-hmm. At least people would be debating that point.
Yeah.
No one's even making points that are like that to be debated. I mean, you don't even get the think piece realm is so narrow.
Mm-hmm.
It's like when people try to have all those think pieces about Drake last year and it didn't go the same because he's not the same type of artist as Kendrick.
Right.
You know, like not every artist is a think. Like Travis Scott's not a think piece artist.
Yeah.
You know, like if you look at who is in the marketplace right now that you could really do think pieces on, 4? But you got Tyler, J. Cole, you got I could do a great Glorilla think piece. I think she's the all-American girl. She said, give a fuck about my credit score, I might be rich tomorrow. That's a think piece. That is American right there. That is all American.
I'll glow.
Right. But there's not a lot of think piece artists in general. And I'd argue that people aren't even, they're strategically trying not to do that. And because that's just been the mantra of this century. And that's a tragedy to me. That's why I really like this project.
Yeah, that even seeing how and we're getting ready to get to the last 2 tracks. We get ready to get to the Nas one. Oh man, we get to the Nas record. I'll be short. I am grateful that we're in a space now that people are so vocal about the things that they care about and they're passionate about. But also, I'm glad we're in a space where people are violently fighting against it. Even I'm sure currently the Clipse rollout is still facing, you know, folks who are fighting it and trying to spin narratives on their platforms and how it's not this and not that. And I put up a tweet earlier that said, you don't need a calculator to enjoy great music.
Right.
I don't need to know what the chart numbers that this happened. What's done is done. I'm listening to this project and I'm like, okay, I look forward to buying the vinyl. Look forward to buying the CD. I look forward to going seeing them in person on the tour, but then also the signing. I'm looking at this and I'm just like, this is to me another sign of what we've already been talking about, a shift that's happening, and it's not just, you know, wrapped up in what I hope happens. It's happening, whether somebody likes it or not.
It's all happening. Now, before we get to Nas, I have to run to the restroom real quick.
Oh, do your thing. I gotta read. Let me read some more. Super chat.
You got some super chats. Get your super chats.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. I'm gonna talk about him too. How dare he get on the phone? Yeah, what's going on, Malice? Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we'll raise that. Yeah, back to my point. He didn't even say what? He didn't even like. Was he in a good mood? You feel me? Like, leave one. It's all good. It's all good. Shout out to the Clipse, man. I think I left off here. Shout out to Low Key. Vicky says, salute Curtis and the company, man. So proud of you both. Salute mods. Thank you so much, Vicky Lacey. Appreciate you for the super chat. Snack Panther. Why your name Snack Panther? Not knowing purettes is culturally inappropriate. I'll stall them out. They've been zombified to sleep. They've been dumbified to sleep for the last 15 years. It ain't all their fault. You feel me? Like, they've been getting steaks from the 99-cent store. They didn't know there was something that was better. They thought you supposed to struggle when you cut it. Now they getting this. They're like, why the steak so medium rare? What is going on here? Is that blood? No, that's not blood. You just never had a great steak. I'm sorry. Sneak 623 cosign. It was a good take, but I want to know your guys' opinion. Did No Malice snatch Nori's 98 flow with no cussing? Nah, I don't think you could attribute that to just one person. But maybe you're hearing something I don't hear, and I want to, but what I hear is a classic Malice that we've always heard from Clipse, but we're hearing an evolve. We're hearing evolutions in the storytelling. Same thing with Pusha T. Like this, it's so dope to hear them both sound on another level of rejuvenation. Because even hearing them solo, they still the solo work that you heard from No Malice in the Christian hip hop space was still fire. Stuff you heard from Pusha T solo with good music was still fire. But you could tell like there's a certain type of energy. They said they went in and recorded 13 songs, and that's what we got. They didn't record 40 songs and pick the best 13. You know what kind of chemistry that requires? How much you have to know the person that you're working with and the producer? Like that's a lot. George says, Justin, you gonna change that fireplace to snow?
Yeah, you did. We're close to the other side now.
Go ahead and put Lady Gaga up there. They'll get the reference. I want some snow now. No, you don't. No, you don't, Cope Sanity. Stop saying things like that. Low key, Chains and Whips sound like it should be on the Harder They Fall soundtrack. There's a lot of music on here.
I believe that. I'm with that. Yeah.
DKG72 says the album and GNX are a perfect 1-2 punch. I think when people do write-ups on this time period and they speak about the shift that happened, because I don't think the shift is getting rid of the other thing. I think it's just rebalancing the game so both can exist. Because I think that other side of music is still trying to find their footing currently. And people are afraid because it's like, wait a minute. How do we do that when people are focused on this? Somebody's going to figure it out, whether it's like, it's going to be somebody that we least expect. But for right now, this side has been deprived of the coverage, the press that it deserved, because these are some of the greatest writers, not rappers, writers of our time.
Right.
And they should be respected as such with folks who respect the art and craft of writing like journalists. So I think those two albums in particular, this one and the Clipse one and GNX, are going to be part of those conversations for sure.
Yeah. Tyler's album too.
Tyler too, for sure, without a doubt. Where the fans at? Look, I'm gonna leave it right there. I'm gonna come back to the rest of those in just a second, but yeah, let's get to this Nas. I've been looking forward to this one. Oh man. Okay. All right. This is called Let God Sort 'Em Out / Chandeliers.
It's always the loud mouths that can't count. The right price, I put the AR in the saint's mouth. Yeah.
Love that. That's crazy. For the right price, I put the AR in the saints. Come on, man.
One more time.
Come on, man.
It's always the loud mouths that can't count. The right price, I put the AR in the saint's mouth.
Yeah.
Talk about it. Bring all the watches and the chains out. Heat come, I'm De Niro, I got the safe house.
This is culturally inappropriate.
Surrounded by niggas with tears that don't drip. Talk about that ain't the ghost that you appear to go get. Finally got the courage, but you still a whole bitch. The rest of y'all on my 6 year ago shit. Every move intentional, the links is atypical. Like baseball and DR. You know what the stick will do.
This is culturally inappropriate.
We got the drop on your shadow. You know we can get to you. The pen to express my dreams and expertise in text I squeeze. Coke spots all over like leprosy. It's a dark spirit tucked behind the flesh you see. Got every single word of the hex I need. The death I breathe, the death I see. Looks so good on you. The coffin wood on you. Closed casket cause I'm only sicking wolves on you. Berlin.
Hold on. You guys are saying you're hearing something with the sound? The sound is. I see a few folks saying, "Why does the sound horrible?"
Got the drop on your show. Oh, that's from they were quoting the line, I think.
Okay, is it sounding good on your end? I want to make sure there's no kind of issues, no sound issues. Somebody said, "Yeah, it went quiet. The sound went down." All right, let me see if I can. We run it back a little bit and see if that has any kind of effect on it. The sound is still up where it was. Let me see.
Right, baseball and DR, you know what the stick will do.
I should.
Wood on you, the coffin wood on you. Closed casket, cause I'm only sick and wolves on you. Berlinetta horsepower, put them hooves on you. Blow $500,000 LV leather goods on you. We've been doing this for eons. While you thirsty trying to figure out who you can spill a tea on. I'm in coffee fields, making meals. You get the chills, cause this shit is real. Now let me rip it, bow tie your surprise. The feeling that you get when you realize it was really you that died and we are so alive. Conspiracy theory, you can't believe it's us. Soul leave your body like a fentanyl rush. Dead on your back with your eyes looking up chandeliers.
This is culturally inappropriate.
Perfect.
Single-handedly boosted rap to its truest place. Fuck speaking candidly, I alone did rejuvenate hip-hop into its newest place. Made it cool for Grammy-nominated LPs from previous generation MCs. And that rings loud and reverberates. It's not fair to them, I'm thinking I deserve the hate. Bring it, only thing you killing is precious time. Used to clash with Decepticons, I was them deaf and blind. So cancel me before I unleash the Panther me. The Pantheon is a family, we some upstanding G's. The difference between regular spitters and bosses, my principles high. You need a glimpse of me from satellites in orbit. Take sabbaticals on avenues, break AKs on vacays when we paddle canoes. Follow the leader, Terminator, hasta la vista, man of the year, Nasir, rockin' chandeliers.
And that was efficient too, because they had them trading bars again on the first verse, and here comes Nas closing it out.
Yeah, they talked about that in the E.B.I.T.D.A interview, I think, where they said there was a switch up and Pharrell wanted Pusha to be on this part first. And Pusha was like, nah, this sounds like this should be Nas. And for the sake of the length of the song, I think he said that they decided to just trade bars and then have Nas. He said Nas hit him up like, this for me?
Oh, man. But maybe, maybe Nas will become more relevant than Jim Jones after this.
Oh, man. One can only hope. One can only hope.
He just got to get on. He needs to get on Love and Hip Hop. That's what Nas needs.
You know what? Forget the casinos. Let's go viral.
Let's go viral every day. Let's not worry about casinos.
You partner with casinos. Just go viral. Go viral is a solution to everything around these days. And that's the point. You know what I really love, and this is kind of more of a statement of where Nas is at in his career, is I feel like he has been on some of the best production that I have heard, in my opinion, in his career over this run that he's made in his third. I don't know if you consider it like a third era of his, but whatever era of Nas this is some of the best production or some of my favorite production. And he doesn't like none of these features sound aged. It doesn't sound like you got it don't sound like nobody did no favors. Well, forget, let me leave the dream alone. It don't sound like
nobody. It was the dream song. It was his song.
That's the theory. But Nas sounds fresh. Nas sounds like Escobar. He sounds fresh. He sounds like it was written. It sounds like I am like what age? What are you talking about? I do this, and I do this better than most human beings do this.
Right. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, and Nas has been on a run. And that's what I mean. Like, that video, there was that viral video of that lady in the car talking about, hey, man, if you're old and you rapping, keep doing it, man. Keep being an old rapper. Like, that whole old rapper thing is done.
It's done.
It's done. Because at bare minimum, there's an audience for it. Because hip-hop is older than ever.
So let me ask you this.
Like, I wouldn't be 90 with my Google glasses or whatever, playing Ghost of Tsushima, listen to fucking Ace Trumpets. That's my retirement gonna be. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be debating. I'm gonna be debating Kendrick versus Drake with Drake fans online. We live in the same battle. That's just what's gonna be. So there's a market for it.
Yeah.
you know. And I think more people are understanding that, and therefore not voting themselves off the island. Because I feel like a lot of that was happening too. I feel like a lot of people vote themselves off the island. They look up, they wait a minute, that island's still popping over there? You mean this island going up on tour overseas?
Yeah. I'm glad that we're not getting. Okay, here's a theory of mine. I never said it out loud because I felt like maybe that's something I should just keep to myself. But I feel like there were certain albums that came out, and as long as the OG didn't sound bad rapping, people were like, he still got it. And I felt like it was sympathy props. I felt like it wasn't genuine in terms of there's
Give me an example.
bar.
Call somebody out. You gotta call. Don't let it be opaque on this one.
Oh, come on, man.
Who was
alone,
I remember
man.
the first time I felt like that. The first time I felt like that was Public Enemy when they did what album was that?
Yeah. They
did an album in like the late 90s or something. Maybe the late 90s or early 2000s. I can't remember the album. And I was like, I was still in high school, but I was like, oh, this don't sound, this ain't Fear Black Planet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, I guess an example I will give is the easiest one is Will Smith, but one that's more closer to where we set the bar higher is like an LL. LL rapped his ass off, but it still felt like the energy was, don't think because I'm this age I can't get off and do what I do. I can rap on them type of beats. It kind of felt like it was trying to prove something, and it wasn't from the status of how I'm listening to Pusha T and Malice, where it's like, I'm not really looking for your validation. I'm not making a effing TikTok song. I don't care about what goes viral. And because of that authenticity, something is going to go viral. Yellow Diamonds look like, because that's not what you're aiming for, they're going to have those moments. I look at this and I say, stop saying, I guess they had to go through that step, but stop saying, oh, that's pretty good for a 48-year-old rapper. No. The bar is set differently now. Now is it just good?
Well, I think
quality music all the way around, from production to the writing to the song crafting, is it evolving, or is it just a mascot of what was before?
I think part of the problem with Will and LL, even though this last LL album was good, but
yeah,
Exit 13 guys, it was a whole bunch of projects before this that were if you wear your if I can wear my do-rag, you can wear your white hood, whatever he was doing some stuff for a while. I think it's more difficult for rappers from the 80s. It's like Dr. Dre. I think it's like Dr. Dre, right? Dr. Dre rapping when Kendrick's writing for him, and now we're listening to Dr. Dre with modern flows. We don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear.
You like him on Recipe?
Just do the thing that we like. You know, you don't have to sound exactly like whoever's doing your thing. Recipe. Right. Like Slick Rick's new stuff sounds good because he sounds like Slick Rick. Yeah. He's not like Will Smith sounds like Joyner Lucas, you know. And that one song they had was really good, but I'm looking at Joyner Lucas raps coming out of Will Smith's mouth when I just want to hear, you know, Big Willie style when he was Swagger Jack and Nas. Can we do or give me Summertime when he was Swagger Jack and Rakim? Can we just go back to that era? I like the way you're Swagger Jack and these guys.
Can we get back to Bite and Rakim? Can we get back to that era, Will? Because I mean, right now, and it's crazy because I shout out to the producer who did it, but there was a producer who took that girl song that Will Smith made and just sped it up and kind of gave it like a K-Tronada type of energy to it, and it didn't sound nearly as bad as what it did. And you know, Will was like, let's put it on streaming. Let's make it happen. But I feel like so many of those decisions are not made unless they're in the rooms with younger energy, younger producers, younger artists that they trust, and younger artists that don't feel intimidated to make suggestions. Right?
Yeah, I think, and if you're from the 80s, don't try to sound like you're from the teens.
Yeah,
it's just that's what, because that's how you could tell, right? It's like, you know, the saying like old people wear the clothes that they wore when they were last cool forever. You know what I mean? More old rappers should do that. They should actually, whatever your last flow people liked was, you should be on that.
Yeah,
you'll have more success because you look crazy to the people in your generation, and you look like Bill Maher in an Ed Hardy t-shirt. You know what I'm saying? to the young people, you look nuts. You know, and then people just go to your show.
I would guess that. Go ahead.
And people go to your show to see your old songs anyway.
Yeah. Girl.
You know, you might as well just do remixes of your own things.
Or collaborate.
This is summertime 2025, and just add a bunch of other artists on it or some shit.
Well, collaborate with the new version of who you are. Like that's why I respect so much seeing Tyler on this project, because there are a lot of people sonically who hear the Neptunes influence all throughout Tyler's production and his music. Even the way he approaches hooks on Flower Boy reminds me of like a lot of the ways that Pharrell would approach hooks on the Seeing Sounds album, right?
Oh yeah, right. Good callback.
So when I'm looking at that, I'm saying that's the way you transition it. Now, this album had to happen the way it is. I'm glad that I was presented the food as chefs that they presented. What I would love to hear, if I had any kind of input into that project, would be having Tyler be a hand in the production even more. What was the throwback joint we got that sounded like old skateboard P
on this album?
Yeah, which one
that
was
that? Hold on. That was that E.B.I.T.D.A?
If it was E.B.I.T.D.A, I would have loved to see Tyler also on that production, maybe even the internet, but just something to add more of the modern layers. And Pharrell did outstanding job on this. He's a legend in his own right, of course. But I feel like that's where the collaborative energy in there could fill in some of those, some of those things where it's like sonically, this is where a lot of the youth is at. It's the reason why I always, as an artist and a producer, always have artists that I'm learning stuff from that are younger than me, because there's certain pockets that I have to learn all over again. I don't know every pocket, and they have mastered some new ones. But you can use
AI. I know you're a big fan of AI. Just go ask AI to find your pocket.
If I had Allen Iverson's number, I definitely would ask for his input. I hope that's the AI you talking about.
I gotta give you props real quick, man. You've been doing some incredible real coverage, real breakdowns, real journalism on what's happening with AI, and it's critical. Wow. It's critical right now, and you're holding legends to task. I personally think you single-handedly got Timbo to apologize. Isn't that kind of crazy to think about? You put this cat on, you've been on this beat for a long time,
right?
And that is like, people talk about journalism. That's what like, to me, journalism at its core holds the authorities to power. It holds people accountable, and it highlights things that need more attention at the core of it. And you got Timbaland to apologize. I would change my bio right now on Twitter. Curtis King, I got Timbo to apologize.
You know why I can't? Because I'm gonna put ... sort of. Because the energy I read off of that, I was like,
you brought that man out, so you made that man put a statement out there. Because that
apology. This was I'm gonna make you think it's an apology, but I'm gonna put some legal jargon in there.
You're right. No, that's a please don't class action me too bad. That's what that was. But you got him to do it. You got him to do it. You know what I mean? That is a major thing.
Thank you, man.
The cats on YouTube ain't getting nobody out here to go think about on the rap YouTube ain't thinking about legal situations for their sponsorship for their theft company.
Yeah.
You let people know what Suno and Udio be doing. These are theft companies.
Yeah.
They steal and they add it to their language model, and then they act like it's just the future, guys. It's the future. And then the labels get in there and they invest in it. And then it's, we're shareholders, so we're going to be using this. But it's built off of independent creators, and you held them to task.
Thank you.
That's amazing, man. That's real stuff. That's real work right there.
Thank you. I received that, and I appreciate you for saying that, bro. I've been around. I've been blessed to make this transition into whatever this part of my journey is. I've been blessed to be around some of the best to do it in journalism, in hip hop journalism specifically. And I've been learning a lot vicariously through the way that you handle a lot of these situations. That was never a witch hunt with Timbaland. It was just, I have questions that I felt like, you know what I noticed? And the last thing I'll say, you know what I noticed, Justin? This is probably the biggest thing that I understood. I have a gift for telling stories through content that a lot of my artist peers struggle with if it's not related to their music.
Right.
So I get to be the bridge to tell these stories. And I'm like, all right, cool. And those stories, man, led me to talking to one of my favorite producers. I was chopping it up with Pete Rock the last few weeks because of the situation. And I'm just like, all right, God, I'm allow you to lead me to wherever this is taking me. And the rest of them AI pirates. Gotta let God sort them out. Last song we got here is by the grace of God.
God sort them out. That was perfect transition.
Let God sort them out. Ain't none of my business. Look, last song, 13 songs. These are 13 bangers. We got By the Grace of God, and this is featuring Pharrell. What you think? How you think this is gonna end? What's your prediction?
Cocaine. I think it's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be snowing.
Let me just play this one.
Lord have mercy. We must stay focused.
That's the theme. I don't know. I feel like that's the theme, guys. That's the device, guys. I'm not sure if we realize this, but we are snowboarding in July.
Shout out to Lady Gaga. All right, here we go. Last song on the project. Here we go. Let God sort them out. This one's called By the Grace of God.
The devil's tapping on shoulders. He's trying to get to know you. The right time to fold you. I'm losing saints in my soldiers. It's all lottie-dottie till you looking at the body. Smiles I'll never see again, never be a we again. Cleaning out your closet, the one you kept your demons in. Hard for me to breathe again. I'ma blame your head, not your heart, till we meet again. Easily I could have been one of them, locked up and never get to see the sun again.
Is that what that is? A lot of folks here saying that's a 007 beat.
Oh, is that what it is?
I like that 007.
Oh, that's what's up. It is 007. That's what's up. Is that the GoldenEye beat?
Yeah, that's when you got that golden gun. You go looking through them buildings for whoever you facing. You're trying to hide from that map. I know what that is.
That's what's up.
Burning buildings, I kept running in. The allure every time I flew 100 in. Co-defendant caving and lawyers couldn't save them. All for the love of 580s and a mixed bitch having your baby. I done dodged strays crazy. Man, I think about the shit daily.
When the crew breaks apart, who takes the charge? You face the cards, I lace the squad. Went from mason jars to crepe tartars. Escaped the odds by the grace of God.
I've seen killers and kingpins sing behind a wall. I've watched many men die, cause no one would make the call. I've seen entire empires crumble and fall. Yes, I seen it all. They missed this wall. By the grace of God.
All the black cats I seen, all the black Macs I squeezed, all the black crows I dreamed, even the black cloud hovering. Couldn't touch me in the bulletproof Cullinan. Tears on my pillowcase. Was I spitting in your face when you let me beat that case? Some niggas see the money, can't make. Some niggas get the money, can't take. Gotta realize that they was naked. Was I cooking death when I was baking? Salt Bay.
Right.
Sprinkle it and saute it. You don't trust me, then we all weigh it. And it ain't over till we all say it. And you ain't shooting shit, them guns is archaic. In closing, I see I'm chosen. All my pressure points frozen. You know how it goes. When the crew breaks up.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. This shit right here.
Right here.
Tears on my pillowcase. Was I spitting in your face? Will you let me beat that case? Some niggas see the money, can't make it. Some niggas get the money, can't take it. Gotta realize that they was naked. Was I cooking death when I was baking? So those reflective, the moments of reflection from Pusha here. Salt Bay it, sprinkle it, and saute it. You don't trust me when we all weigh it. You don't trust me, then we all weigh it. And it ain't over till we all say it. And you ain't shooting shit. Them guns is archaic. In closing, I see I'm chosen. All my pressure points frozen. You know how it goes. God.
Crazy.
Just playing with words, but just still telling very, very vivid conversational stories is a skill that I think that I'm glad that it's getting more highlighted in this time and era. I love it.
Part who takes the charge? You face the cards, I lace the squad. Went from mason jars to crepe tartars. Escaped the odds by the grace of God.
I've seen killers and kingpins sing behind a wall. I've watched many men die, cause no one would make the call. I've seen entire 'cause I seen it all. They missed this wall. Yeah. By the grace of God.
Wait a minute. Like, can I put my conspiracy brain on for a second? Can I put my conspiracy theory brain on for a second?
Put it on.
You know, the person that made 4,000 videos about the battle of last year, you know, wasn't going to get away without having some kind of reference to something. If this was a movie, let's call it the GNX sort them out movie, right?
Okay.
And we saw all the scenes, the back and forth with Kendrick and Drake, and we said, oh man, hey man, look at Kendrick living his best life. What about the Clipse, man? And then the Clipse coming to the last act of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And you hear about all the things that this guy's been doing behind scenes to censor these gentlemen, to make it a living hell for them to exist in this space. You see that they went through that last battle with the label and had to pay out money, but that paying the money was I believe in myself. I say I believe in myself, and then you find your way to this beautiful chorus at the end of the movie where the credits are rolling, and Pharrell says, I've seen killers and kingpins sing behind the wall. I watch many men die because no one would make the call. Hey, Justin, I've seen entire empires crumble and fall.
Somebody gonna have to tell the truth, and I'm gonna tell it.
What did I miss? Yeah, I've seen it all. They missed this wall. By the grace of God. That right there. That's a hell of a movie, if you ask me. That's a
Amen, Walls. Amen, Walls.
That's a hell of a movie at the end. Not a Coke gospel. You got to relax.
Well.
I see the movie. That Pharrell is at the end of that movie, and it's like, by the grace of God, they threw their best shot at us, and look at that. That's how you end a movie right there. Oh man,
I like it. I'm with it.
What are your thoughts on this project after hearing the full album? This masterpiece of an album.
I don't know how Malice did it, but Malice went away, came back to the block, took over again. I don't know how that happened, but I think that's just a testament to how great of an MC he's been. I think they've had a lot of stuff to get off their chest, and they got it off beautifully. Yeah. I think for them to be at the point in life where they are, there's nothing youth chasing about this. And they still have timeless conversations around the experiences. I think that's a dream song that ended up on this album. It was for the dream, and then it became the song It's Here. That's the only reason why I think the dream is on here. I think Malice's verse on, what track was that? I think that's So Far Ahead. I think So Far Ahead. Might be the craziest. I almost say crazy. My favorite verse on this album, just from the range of things he's talking about.
Of the year, so it might be one of the best.
No. I'm not going to give it a verse of the year. It's up there though.
Right.
Like it's like in the top. If I had to do a quick list of 20, it'd be one of those 20. And then I have to narrow it down. The way this album opened though, like this album opened so crazy. First, we get them talking about their parents.
Yeah.
And then we get some of the hardest joints. Just like, how's this run right here? Chains and Whips, P.O.V, So Be It Too, Ace Trumpets, All Things Considered, Mike Tyson Blow to the Face. Right. It's like that run right there is wild. You know what I'm saying? So I can't wait to give it the gym listen. I definitely going to give it the clean the house listen. Because it's all about 5 Tool albums, right?
Yeah.
How dope is an album? An album is as dope as the number of places you want to listen to it, in my opinion. So the more places you can listen to an album, the better it is. Like you got to be able to drink, you got to be able to clean the album, hit the gym to an album, dance to an album, downshift to Mac mode, smack bellies to an album, smoke and ride to an album. Right? That is a wide ranging album. Yeah. If you can play an album in all those places, or a song in all those, like Flashing Lights by Kanye West is one of those songs. You can do all those things to that song, like with that one song, And so, plus when I listen to music in different situations, I'm able to pick out different types of different moments throughout the projects. But overall, I think that this album was worth the rollout that they did.
I was gonna make a point of that too, in that usually when you see a movie get a rollout this way, the movie ends up being a disappointment. And I look at this album
like F1.
I didn't even see F1, but it wouldn't surprise me because I've seen it everywhere, like on the side of Del Taco cups and everything like that.
Yeah, and guess what? No one saw it. No one saw the movie.
Apparently, you weren't the only one.
No one saw it. Yeah.
But using that analogy, if this was that environment, if this album was the movie after seeing the trailer, and I feel like they did do this thing, how same thing as movies, how they give you a trailer and it's like, damn, are you showing me all the action scenes?
Right.
No, they weren't, because there were so many moments in this sonically, there were so many moments in this lyrically that this feels like one of the most solid and well put together, like all the way around. This album is layered. It's not a whole lot to break down in terms of, I don't understand it. It's giving you everything. It's giving you flow switches. It's giving you entendres. It's giving you storytelling, and it's honest to where they're at currently in life. It's authentic. It's a reflection of the kind of chemistry that they've had to have. You know how strong that chemistry has to be, first of all, between two rappers who have not done full albums together in 16 years to come back and sound this fresh. Right. Then add on top of that Pharrell, who's worked with all kind of R&B singers and movie soundtracks. His sound could have changed so drastically that he couldn't get back in that bag. This smells like a musty studio session in a good way, a great way. A musty, like we don't care about lineups. We in here and we just gonna make this music the best that we can. We're not thinking about nothing else except for making the best product possible. But at the same time, there's so many moments where it feels pristine, where it feels like grandma's furniture in that other room. Don't you go walking in there. Don't you go sitting on nothing. You need to see this furniture and enjoy it for what it is. It's premium. It's premium. I look forward to doing the same thing you said, taking it to the gym, taking it for my morning walk, all these different places, put it in the car, all of that. But this is the album I was hoping for, and it far surpassed whatever expectations I had. I'm excited about playing this back again.
Yeah, me too. Especially the first half of it. Especially first half. I don't think it's a perfect album. I'll say that. I mean, there's a couple of moments in here where you know what I'm saying? There's probably about two joints in there that I'm gonna have to listen to again. But all things considered, what's come out this year? All things considered, it's probably the best album that's come out this year so far in 2025.
Yeah.
And on the rap side, and this is now officially a loaded award season.
Jeez.
Now you got Tyler the Creator, you got GNX, you got this.
Oh, that's all in the same category, huh?
That's all in the same category.
This run, yeah. Oh, wow.
Right, so this is already really loaded. I'll tell you that. you know Drake's coming, so that's going to be in there.
Who?
You've got you still got Drake's coming. That's going to be in there, right?
Is that a male duck?
And we don't know what else is going to. Cardi B's coming. You know what I'm saying? So this is a loaded year from an album for an award season, from an award season standpoint, just in what categories could look like. And so, in that sense, this is another example, because like last year, did Common? I don't think Common and them didn't. Did Common win album of the year? Rap album? No, that was Doechii who won it. But last year, Common, there's always sort of a legacy artist in there. That's like that.
Common and P.O.V, right? For that.
Yeah, Common the Auditorium.
Right.
And so this fits that, but also fits like modern music. Gunna's coming. Gunna's probably going to be nominated in award season. Right. This is a big year.
Yeah.
from an album standpoint. Right.
Yeah.
And right now, this is beating everything I've heard in 2025. I mean, 2025. Yeah. Everything in 2025 I've heard, this is beating.
Yeah. And I don't want to speak for you, but I'm judging this album based upon or comparing it to a Clipse catalog. I'm not comparing this to nobody else. There is no comparison in this age for me. For like, I'm not.
Well,
first of all, duos are so rare right now in rap. But I'm not comparing this to their catalog.
GNX is crazy. Obviously, we know that.
Sure.
And then Tyler's is crazy. Like those are three really just generationally great albums.
Right.
I'd put this in that category too. You know, like Almost Dry. Did Almost Dry win the Grammy for Best Rap Album? I can't remember if it did, but I feel like it should. It should have, because that album was amazing. That album was incredible too. Right. But in their catalog, I'll probably put this. Hell Hath No Fury is I think is their best work. Right. And so right now, off this first listen, it's a little behind. It's behind that one. It's ahead of everything else. It's probably the second best album they've made from just this one listen. I'll go back and obviously more listens, I'll be able to see if I still feel that way. But
even that's insane though, because it's the same thing that we were saying about Kendrick at this stage of his career. It's just unheard of to have your biggest year or some of your biggest moments sonically, or your biggest moments, even for the people who care about the stats of the game. It's so unheard of in rap to have those moments later on in your career like this. I'm looking at the clips and I'm like, this sets. There's a lot of. I'm pretty sure this is because of the era that they're in, and because of the amount of time that they've taken away. There's an opportunity for so many categories that perhaps they did not achieve to be achieved now, and also too because they're in an environment where they Pusha T said it. All the guys that were doing the thing that we were doing back then sonically can't do it like this today.
Right.
There's some of these songs that you could take them, put them right next to like I said, Mr. Me Too. You could put them right next to these songs, and it sounds like it could change between albums.
Right.
The quality.
Mama, I'm so sorry.
Yeah. Keys Open Doors opened up a good memory for me. I was like, I gotta go back to that. Man, first
this back when you're selling drugs?
You know, back in my day. I don't like to talk about that. Why are you gonna put that out there into the world now?
Why is there a living room full of Crips in my house?
I have no history. Let's not let the bots have any kind of information that they don't need. There's nothing that you're gonna find or Photoshop. Can we give a round of applause to Justin Hunt, the company man, one time? No, that's my dog.
Word up, man. I enjoyed this, man. We haven't done this in a long time, man. This is fun.
Yeah, and I feel like I only want to do this when it's monumental moments in hip hop, especially in this era. I'm grateful that not only that, and shout out to the 2,600 people that came in here, knowing what to come in here and expect. They knew it was about to be. They knew it was finna be barred up. They knew it was finna be production that sounds very different from anything that's out here right now.
They knew it's gonna be sweating. It's gonna be sweltering hot.
Yeah. But
it's gonna be sweltering.
They love it. They love it, man. Well, how you doing on time? I'm gonna get through some of these super chats.
I'll kick it for a second. I like when you go through your super chats. I like to hear what the people have to say.
True said, was there sample clearance issues with So Be It Part 1? I'm gonna tell y'all what Beat Rock told me. Salute. Stop sample snitching on the internet. For all of you thinking you're doing a justice of content, here's where he got it from. Here's the exact movie. Let the business get handled behind the scenes before you start making content. Stop being whosampled.com. Some things you need. It was better when there was mystery. I would not be surprised if that was the issue on that one, because I saw that video go pretty viral, almost as viral as the damn song, when somebody broke down what sample that was and from what movie.
That's true. That's actually great words to live by right there. I remember who was I? I was interviewing somebody. Who was this? Oh, I can't think of who it was. But it was a producer. He's the guy who produces. It was in Hyro. Which Hyro member was it? Oh my gosh, he was in Hyro. Either way, I was interviewed him. This had to be like 2010, and this is back when I was on my. I thought it was, I was trying to impress everybody with how much I knew about hip hop, and I'm talking to these people for the first time. And so I go into this interview. I'm like, I love how you use that sample, then you use this sample, then you do this sample. He's like, hey, man, you out here snitching, dog. I ain't clear these. I'm just hoping that they don't find out. I don't think I'm that big for them to know. Don't be snitching, actually. So I was like, okay. That's when I immediately after that I stopped thinking about samples the same way. I'm like, okay, well,
you know what?
I'm not sure this is going to be a point for a conversation. I left that part. Like, I don't want to be out here snitching. I'm trying to build a reputation.
In the words of the company man, never mind.
Never mind. You know what?
You know what? Never mind. Pharrell recorded this. He said Pharrell recorded this hook through Push Microwave. Okay. All right, stand-up comedy. I maybe that was the distorted effect he was going for. I gotta listen back in the gym again for sure and see if I'm hearing what y'all hearing. G Fish said Griselda go with the Clipse on tour. I'll be fire. Top of my game said the Veal as JV is TCM as white girl fetish. Wait, what?
What? I don't even understand that.
And it, you know the part that bothers me is when people be laughing that hard at the end of the comment, and I'm like, right. You got to read it back one time before you start laughing that hard.
Just be saying things.
Am I tripping, or should every artist need to let this shirt breathe, including let? Oh, okay. See, yeah, we gotta. Okay, you a multiple offender on this one. Am I tripping, or should every artist need to let this shit breathe, including Dot?
I think if you're going to be, this is a note to everybody. If you're going to be zingy, make sure people can understand what you're saying. Zingy. Especially if you're paying money behind it. If you paying money for people not to know what you're talking about, and you funny, style.
Yeah, don't be loud and then paying money so everybody can see you be loud and messing up. Come on.
You gotta let it land. You know what I'm saying? And if you're not going to let it land, then at least put like your @ or your handle as your name. So it's like, I don't know what he was saying. Maybe he goes into detail on his socials, but I can't find you after this.
See, I think he's saying, should they let this album have some space before the rumored GNX Deluxe album drops? Should the folks who are already on this side of things let it have time to breathe before releasing anything new?
We're past letting breathe. That whole thing. Like when people say that, and I understand the criticism of that, right? Because one, with like in this digital era where everybody's listening to it tonight. I'm not on social right now, but I'm sure everyone's just giving it all the praise in the world. And then tomorrow or by Monday, you're going to be 20, 40 different reviews, and everyone's going to talk about how great it is. And then the cycle's over. Right. Mm-hmm. And then so from a conversation standpoint, I don't think there really is that much room to let things breathe. Now, I understand from a fan standpoint, it looks like everybody's jumping on bandwagons or jumping on a conversation. But that's just the era we're kind of in. Yeah. I think right now it's better for them to maximize on the conversation. And then from this point, them and for fans, for this point forward, lean into stuff that you really like. Because most of these songs, most people are songs people more than they are albums people anyway. Right. Mm-hmm. And so I legitimately hear about 6 or 7 songs that could make it onto any given playlist on a regular basis, right? And so I don't know about the letting it breathe thing. I think letting it breathe is more like a 2012 thing than it is a 2025 thing. And I just say that because the nature of the online conversation is so fast now. You can come back to it and then reassess all that kind of stuff, but now you've missed the wave of the conversation. So now people aren't even hearing your perspective.
Yeah, even when I think about within the context of artists that are on the same label, like when I think about Doechii and I think about a Ray Vaughn, there ain't no let them breathe. If you got motion, you got motion. If you got momentum, you got momentum. You shouldn't be. You're not competing for the same fans. It's not the same. It's not this very limited selection of fans you're accessing. What I love about the music that is happening, especially with the Clipse, I think that they're making new fans, but I think they're also reactivating fans who are like, I can't really get with any of this shit that I'm hearing. And I feel like they're bringing people back to the conversation who may be only listening to, albums from years and years ago from their favorite type of artist. There needs to be a space for that. And I think that's what's happening, is that the game is being rebalanced. You would hope that's what's happening. I love it. Twizzo, super dope album of the year. He says 13 out of 13. The culture won.
13. Word up.
Spartan says problem with some artists if they want to be everything for everyone, as they want to be. In my opinion, it takes away from creativity and artistic expression. Gotta take risk, have substance.
Man, that used to be the plague of artists in the late 90s, early 2000s. Like every album that came out then basically had the stereotypical song for everyone's trying to follow the Tupac model. They need the song for the girls, the song for the club, the song for the streets, the song for the homies, and the song talking about the I miss your homie song, and then I love my mama song. Like every album for a while was doing something. It became like the template. It's like how comedians, when they have a great stand-up special, then they get the TV show, they get the stand-up, they get the talk show, and they get the movie. It's like the whole package that comes together.
Right. Well, and then also too, another issue on top of that is that even with those category songs, those songs for those specific categories, they're not even knocking them out the park for those.
No.
When I'm doing, we're gonna do it next week. We do song and music reviews on Monday. Critique my beats. The ladies that are here, and I'm so glad they can't. I got an influx of women in my subscriber base after this battle happened, and I'm so grateful y'all are here because you're setting a lot of these rappers straight who think that they're making songs for ladies, but they actually making sexy songs for men's. They just don't know it. They got such a very manosphere point of view about, I walk up in the club, and as soon as she see me, she fall in love, and I show her a couple dollar bills. She stroking through my hair as I tell her about my dreams. And it's like, what woman are you describing?
That sounds like a quote.
It actually was. Somebody said, girl, when I walk up on you, I want to sip on your chocolate fondue. What the hell does that even mean?
Right.
That's not for the ladies. With that said,
sip on your chocolate fondue.
Your chocolate fondue is what this man said. You know who he is. And the ladies were like, ugh. So somebody said, I'm dry as a desert. Right. Ladies said, I'm dry as a desert.
That sounds like a few inches off.
Ugh. It sounds like a what they call it? Golden Corral buffet. That's what that sounds like.
It sounds slightly askew.
So with that said, they're not even knocking them out the park for their quote unquote girl songs because they're made from the lens of a man for men with a certain type that they've made up in their head. So it's like you're not even on point with your cliches. How out of sync or how out of the loop could you be at that point?
That's a great point. You're not even on point with your cliches. That's a great
point. Even on point with your cliches.
Right.
Capricorn baby said East Coasters got to go to bed. We're going to bed. We appreciate all the folks from the East Coast being here. I know y'all got, you know what I'm saying? You gotta get
I don't know if you gotta go to bed. I think we all make choices in life.
You wanted to be here. You want that $20 said you wanted to be here. You wanted to see the company man and Curtis Kane. That's all good. But have a good night. If we missed you, Mo Carson. Only people that care about streaming numbers never bought CDs or tapes.
Because that's the other thing about the marketplace too, that there's a whole generation at least now that doesn't know the feeling of having $20 to spend, but 2 CDs you won't. They don't know that feeling where they got to make a choice and figure out which one of their friends is going to get the other one that you could dub it from.
Yeah.
Now it's like, oh, I like this album. Okay, next one. Because after this, I'm going to go listen to Jack Boys or whatever else comes out. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to go check. I'm going to go through them and take a listen. But you don't have, that was $9 for the month?
Yeah.
And I get everything that ever came out? No, I don't value none of this shit.
How many albums I bought for that 20 and I made myself like it?
Right.
It's like, I guess I'm gonna learn a lot.
Goody Mob World Party. I say it every time. Goody Mob World Party. I couldn't even cut the grass to that album. That was terrible.
I couldn't even cut the grass.
I almost wanted to turn it off and just start rapping to myself. That shit was terrible.
Oh man.
That's when they had one good song and then they just sold you. That's why I was so happy for Napster. I was like, we need to start stealing from these cats. Because they took too many $20 from me. It's happening too often, guys.
That's AI, Justin. Y'all, that wasn't him. That was AI. That was AI. I don't know.
That's how I felt back then. That's definitely 1998, Justin. I'll say that. I worked too hard at McDonald's, making $115 every 2 weeks. Okay, to be spending a fifth of that on Goody Mob World Party, and I can't even cut grass. I can't get through the backyard. Nah. Napster, come on now. I was happy with it.
Napster, come on. I'm sick. Thank you for that super chat. Top of my game, album of the year. Lobbery got that ice truck hydroplaning. There it is. Kim Cobain, K-Dot and Nas need to do a song together. Man, I would have loved to hear Nas on Man at the Garden.
I would too. I mean, I feel like that's got to come though. You know, truthfully, they probably recorded something and they just haven't figured out where to put it yet.
Mm-hmm. Check the track listing. They cleared the OG So Be It. Oh, is it on there? Did they get that there? I'm gonna look at it again. Oh, they did. Hold on. No, that's the same one.
They
just don't say part 2.
Okay.
Let me play it. Let me see.
I was born, grandmama trying to test me.
Ain't nothing get cleared on my end. Not the Apple Music one. They just took off the part 2. I don't know what that. You know, hey, they over there still working. Cam Cobain, who got the better of each other the most, Pusha or No Malice? I'm not answering this question.
It depends what you're listening for. I think. I'll say this: Pusha had a lot, particularly in the beginning of the album. He's talking to people, right? So he's talking to Jim Jones, he's talking to Travis Scott, he's talking to Kanye. You know, he's talking to people, and I feel like Malice had a bit more range in the conversation over the course of the album. But if I'm listening from a rhyme scheme standpoint, like a metaphor, like stylistic rhyme scheme, dexterity kind of thing, I think that's still Pusha. That's always been Pusha. So I think it depends on what you're listening for. For me, the type of bars that I like, Malice had more of those. But if I'm talking about the type of bars that Pusha T fans like, that's the beauty of Clipse, actually. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like Big Boy and Andre.
Even with them, like I feel like it's almost like when I hear people trying to compare NBA players that play two different positions, you can't compare Shaq, prime Shaq, most dominant player in the league, to a Michael Jordan. They play two different positions, and that's
I wish they stop saying Shaq is the most dominant.
I mean, he's the most dominant center, without a doubt. Like, there was nobody who was stopping him. They had to change.
How can you be most dominant? You don't even lead the league in rebounds. You only lead the league in rebounds like once, twice. He's the biggest guy on the court. You ain't out rebounding everybody.
Because I don't got to rebound when I dunk on your face.
I guess so. He doesn't lead the league in rebounds. He don't lead the league in blocks. I feel like he just made that up for himself and it's stuck. And no shade. I mean, he's big enough. He looks the most dominant. But if you statistically, Tim Duncan and statistically Yao Ming, statistically a lot of guys.
Then I use that example. Then a Tim Duncan versus a Dwayne Wade. There's two different skill sets. There's two different expectations. There's two different offerings, and there's two different positions being played. And I feel like that's what's happening in the group dynamic. That's what makes it such a dope group. Is that I don't want. Even with Outkast, I don't want 3 Stacks to give me what Big Boy is giving me in that group. And I don't want the other side of that. Like, I want them to be the best at them. I just feel like none of them slipped up on this. There's not a bad verse on any of these songs from either one of them where I'm like, oh, what was we doing here?
I think a lot of it too is just who you enjoy the most, who I'd connect with the most. I connect with Malice more.
Yeah.
And so, my reflex.
When you were younger, did you?
Always. I told you. I mean, because I looked at every time I used to look at. There was a lot of albums where people just seemed like superheroes, or they would just be selling all the drugs, doing all the shit. Life is amazing until the last song. You get to the last song, it's like, also I miss my dad, y'all.
Yeah.
Oh, my dad wasn't there for me. It's like there was a lot of albums were structured that way,
right?
And so I like hearing the humanity in things throughout. I don't like my music necessarily compartmentalized in that way.
Yeah. I asked that question because I feel like when I was younger, I liked the devious energy of Pusha T. I like the sneaky energy of some of like the bars, the way that he would say things and he was alluding to something else. That was more appealing to me. And why I think I was probably one of those fans that was like, I wonder how he would sound as a solo artist as I'm getting older now. And I'm listening to both of those verses. I'm listening to Malice, and there's a lot more things that I'm relating to at this stage of life. There you go, burning up the room again. There you go, turning up the. You ain't got no snow background. You ain't got no snow back.
I don't feel like searching.
don't feel like search.
We're closer to the other side now. We're fine.
Shout out to Afro Sax and click that like button. Thank you so much for that super chat. Really appreciate it. Cam Cobain flipping bricks in a spiritual way.
That's what they're like together. When the two of them are there, that's what it feels like. It's like holy bricks.
That's the end of a 90s movie where it's like the pastor, the drug dealers, everybody came together for the cookout. And everybody's giving out meals, and it's like we all in this together type. You know what I'm saying? 15 years later, you know, it give me that energy. That's hilarious.
Right.
Rolanda says I might need to sit with it more, but I don't think this album is clearing GNX. Don't want to put two baddies against each other though.
Yeah, I don't think it's clearing GNX. I'll be honest about that. I think the GNX has such a high hit rate, and there's at least 2 songs in here that I think I'm going to have a difficult time putting on the level with the other 11. Like there's at least 2 that I can feel 2 already. You know what I mean? And so, and GNX was 12 and pretty much a flawless 12.
Yeah,
like even what's the one? The GNX. Even that song grew on me over time.
That is one advantage that you got me thinking about is that GNX was a collection of records that you didn't really hear before from Kendrick. You heard like hints of it in certain songs, right? You hear a little bit of Humble, a little bit of DNA, but you don't hear songs that's like, damn, that reminds me of this era of Kendrick. This felt like you're being introduced to another era, another artist in this. I listened to the clips here. I just feel like I'm being updated. The Sonics still feel futuristic. Everything still feels like it is head above anybody. Nobody's competing in their space at all. But at the same time, I am finding myself making commentary that's about like, damn, that reminds me of that classic Clipse sound. Man, they bring it. So I'm curious to see how much replay value, because I don't want to speak too early. This is the first listen. It's certain albums that I feel like that the first time I listen to it as I articulate it, but my habits will show very differently the songs that I'm repeating. And I'm like, what is it so sticky about it that's got me coming back and listening even more? So Be a Part 2 got replaced on Spotify. So maybe that's in the process of doing some things. Thank you for the super chat. Top of my game. The music was more relatable. Before numbers. I had somebody put a theory out there that said they blame 50 Cent for that conversation being amplified where it's at right now.
I mean, and Diddy, don't worry if I write rhymes or write checks.
That part.
You know, I mean, and then, you know, the mogul entrance. Like, in the grand scheme of things, did we really need Birdman on Like Father, Like Son? Didn't we just really want Son?
Right.
All these guys started picking up the microphones.
Yeah.
And because, you know, it makes sense from a publishing standpoint. Get some extra money. Get extra. Hey, people buying anything these days anyway. I was talking to Stack Quo one day. He was like, man, and they never, Shady Aftermath never put his album out. He said one day, he's like, man, we could have just put a blank CD out and I would have gone platinum at that point in time. People just buying shit because it had some name on it.
Oh man. And here we got just I think one more here. Whips and Chains should have been on the Center soundtrack. Shout out to all of y'all for the review and the breakdown. Yeah, it's a lot of music that I would not be surprised to see have legs after they do the music videos, after they do the touring. I would not be surprised to see some of these songs pop up. And like that's one song with Pharrell where it switched up and we're like, oh, this is for the sync opportunities. Right. I wouldn't be surprised to see this in movie trailers, commercials, and things like that are popping up. Look, especially because we're in that time period.
And also, this is a Rock Nation release, and Jay-Z still working with the NFL.
Oh, yeah,
we got football season, and also it's a Pharrell Clipse album, which is great for marching band season.
See,
you know, so there's a lot of opportunity, still going with these. I know H Trump is gonna go nuts during during Howard Homecoming. I know H Trump is gonna be crazy over there at A&T. Yellow diamonds and like pepper. You know that shit gonna be nuts down there in Grambling. I can't wait to see that.
Yeah. I wonder if they go the route of doing any remixes. I wonder if now that we have the release, what if we do get the deluxe? What if we do get some Jay-Z features? Because there's rumors of him, having the summer album still approaching.
I mean, more than anything, I think they should just start spin the block on Stove God Cooks and let him cook with a verse. Stove God Cooks. I'm sorry. He's one of my favorite guys right now. Over the past few years, just straight up.
Yeah.
Just straight up and down. So much imagination, so colorful, so much fun, so much cocaine.
So much gaga. What are you gonna do with all this gaga?
Drugs kill my team spirit. Welcome to Nirvana. Yo, that's another thing. I mean, the flows on here. There's enough different type of flows on here too. Yeah. That's something you don't generally see from rappers in their demographic at this point in their careers. Mm-hmm. Or they try to do too much with it. Like Jordan Lucas writing Jordan Lucas style raps for Will Smith. Yeah, nobody wants. Kendrick Lamar writing bars for Dr. Dre. No, I don't want to hear Dr. Dre sound like Kendrick Lamar. I don't believe it. That reminds me that he didn't write that. The only time that worked for me is when Eminem was doing it for him on 2000.
That was a different.
Every other time he tried, no.
I like Recipe.
I just want to hear hell yeah. I just want to hear that. Give me hell yeah. Give me some version of that. Don't be too.
So you want to hear hell yeah, but you don't want to hear yuck.
No, I do not. It sounds wet. It does.
Why are you trying to ruin it for me? You can't.
You ever ridden the subway you ever ridden the subway in New York, and then that one guy that's in the subway the funk is just taking over the whole car, and he like moves by you, and then he asks for some money. He puts his hand out. And you like drop it in there like because you don't want to touch him.
That's yuck.
Because his hand might be wet. He looked like his hand is wet. That's what that sounds like. That's to me, yuck is the sound of that man opening his hand to ask for money. Yuck. Yuck. That's what that is. Yuck. I'm glad we didn't get any of those ad-libs. This is the second Pusha T album we don't got the ad-libs. That's 2 now. Almost dry in this one. Someone told him that was just move it away.
No, I think he left that on the good music premises and said, I shall never return back for this. You can.
Didn't this Almost Dry come out on Good Music?
Did it?
I mean, Ye produced half of the album.
Oh yeah. Then he left that. He left that in the building. He said,
I'm glad. Good. It sounds like it sounds like the pandemic.
I feel the same way about Schoolboy Q ad-lib. Yeah, I missed that. Yeah, I was pretty fired. I was pretty damn fired. Rolanda said, so Justin Bieber's album reaction happening when?
I saw a lot of conspiracies about this too, saying that Def Jam put out the Justin Bieber album because Clipse took the project over to Rock Nation. I don't think so. I don't think that's the case, actually. I think there's certain artists at any label that the label don't care what's going on, that artist is going to get out. Mm-hmm. And Justin Bieber is definitely one of those artists. Like, no one's going to say, Justin, hurry up and get this album out. We got to step on Clipse. I don't think someone's going to say that.
I want you, Rolanda, to show me one rap fan that says, time to listen to this Clipse album. Did you hear? What? Justin Bieber just put out a rap album. I'll listen to the Clipse later. Bieber it is.
Hold on, let me get Bieber out the way.
Who was making the decision to not, first of all, to not purchase this project, you're not getting even the same offerings. Like, if you wanted to do something, you got to bring somebody that's more in the lane. Like you got to bring an artist that would actually have us sitting here scratching our hip hop brains. Like, damn, do I listen to this Nas? I want to listen to this Clipse album first. Do I listen to this? You can't do it with Bieber. And you said all he doing on there is rapping. It's his first rap album.
Is it a rap album?
Yeah. If Justin don't want to hear the Pusha T ad-lib, I don't want to hear Justin Bieber rapping.
Oh yeah, no. I think I have exactly one Justin Bieber song that I actually like. It's that Peaches song. I can't think of how it goes right now. I got cocaine in the brain, but that one Peaches song, that song was good.
Did you hear his Ace Trumpets freestyle?
He's rapping about white girl.
No, it never happened. I just wanted to see if he was gonna buy it.
It's the one with all the Hailey Bieber metaphors.
He said, my fans look like BBs. Look,
Yo, the image of your son saying, "Daddy, put on the P.P. song" is so funny.
He kept saying, and a part of me was so proud. My son is quoting the Clipse. Damn it, I should probably stop this, because if he goes to class yelling this out loud, I'm going to get in some kind of issue, because they're gonna know that it's my problem. They're gonna know it's my fault. But he was like, the P.P. sound one more time.
He just starts laughing, doesn't he? He's like,
Peter Reds. He didn't even say it right. Peter Reds. He said, yellow diamond. No, he says, I said, son, stop saying it like Luigi from Mario and Luigi. He says, yellow diamonds look like a PP. I said, stop saying like a PP. Stop it, son. God. Well, shout out to all the troopers who hang out. I know it's late on this end, so it means it's super late where you at. Salute all the folks who gave the super chat. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much to Justin for joining me here on this live stream. I always appreciate being able to do these. You know, Curtis ain't scared to take a little risk with these albums, even though some other albums, I don't think we're gonna ever do a universal release anymore here like this. I'd be very, very fearful to do.
I think this is Rock Nation. You good?
I'm Rock Nation. I'm good. Shut up.
Yeah, I put my reaction up earlier, and it's revenue sharing, so it's off. I think you're fine.
We'll see.
I don't play with Universal though.
I'm not playing. Yeah,
I don't play with Universal unless I know I can get it cleared.
That's something different. I
know I can get it cleared. Like I got a couple of reactions that are through the Universal system that's dropping tomorrow, and I'll be able to get them cleared. So I'm fine with that. Well, they're already cleared now. So
yeah. Anything these people should be looking forward to from you that they should know about before we get up out of here?
Members only live stream this weekend with the premiere of Culture United at the Grammy Museum. So I got the file finally, so I'm watching with members first before I put it out. So that's exciting. So look for that. I'm going to do something on this Clipse album. I had an idea I was talking to Curtis about, which I might actually do. I think that might actually be a pretty good way to do it. I think it might be a good album to run. But there's so many think piece stuff in here. And oh my God, I don't know if I can say this other thing. I'm not going to say this.
Just hold on. Hold on.
I'm not going to say this other thing yet. It's actually
we didn't even got
really dope.
Because even tomorrow, we haven't even got the Tiny Desk performance and the music video. It's a lot of content that has yet to drop.
Right. And yeah. So there's a couple of things I can't say yet, but I also just really want to thank you guys and just let you guys know how much I appreciate you. And Curtis, too, you, of course, everyone in this audience that weathered me sweating the whole time. I promise I'm comfortable with my body temperature. But just generally speaking, thinking about where all of us are 365 from last year, it's really impressive. It's really dope. There's a real community here that's shared between a bunch of different channels. There are real, in my opinion, great analysis that's coming from a lot of different voices. Mm-hmm. And there is a straight up and down vibration change that I'm personally enjoying like crazy. And this album right here is just the latest example of it. And so shout out to all you guys and thank you so much for all the support.
Always. Absolutely. DIYers, we appreciate you. Have an amazing night. And I will be back here with some more content on this channel as well. If you're not subscribed to Justin, make sure you go ahead and subscribe to the company, man. You should already be by now. Y'all have an amazing night. And yeah, I can't wait to bring this project back. Y'all have a good one. Peace out.
Peace.
DIYers, if you enjoyed this content, make sure that you hit the like button and maybe even consider subscribing. Come on, man. Stop being greedy. Peace.